Trip to the Minute Traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, a cool morning and a warm afternoon. Beautiful weather, though, with plenty of sunshine, few passing high clouds, high temperatures near 80 degrees. Please plan accordingly. Keep the umbrella handy for your Saturday, where we will see areas of rain and potentially a few storms pass by, especially during the afternoon and evening. High temperatures only in the mid to upper 70s. Weather gets better, though. The sunnier day will be on Sunday as drier air moves in. Highs only in the mid-70s with breezy weather all the way into Monday, as we gradually will see a warming trend for next week. And in fact, by the following weekend, sunshine and temps well into the 80s. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
The antidote to the anti-conservatives. 92.5 Fox News. Trust all along.
True relief for back and neck pain. Are you driving down the road right now with back or neck pain or pain into your arms or legs? Maybe your struggle is getting out of your bed or chair. Maybe you get weakness when you put weight on your leg or swing your golf club. It's time you address this problem once and for all. At Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, these are the conditions that we treat every day, except we treat the root of the problem. No injections or pain meds. Non-surgical spinal decompression, recognized around the country for incredible statistical results for long-term pain relief. Break the cycle of pain from sciatica, stenosis, neuropathy, arthritis, or car accidents. Non-surgical spinal decompression can get your life back. Spinal decompression is safe and comfortable for any age and doesn't involve any hanging upside down. Don't hurt anymore when the answer is only a phone call away. Call our Medicare-friendly office, Johnston Spinal Care, for a free telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage. When you want the ability to adjust your loan options in real time, Rocket can.
The Florida Conservative PC, in association with the Red Bill Roadshow, welcomes Lieutenant General Michael Flynn Thursday, March 11th for a day of celebrating Southwest Florida veterans and fundraising. The veterans-only luncheon is $75, including a message from General Flynn. The evening event begins at 6 p.m. and includes a silent auction, live music, and a photo op with General Flynn. General seating tickets start at just $50 and are available online at thefloridaconservative.com.
Paid for and approved by the Florida Conservative PC, 133 Harbor Drive, Venice, Florida, 34285.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. I am so glad you're joining us today. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live. DrewSteele.com, the website, S-T-E-E-L-E, Drew Steele, 3 E's. Hope everybody remembers that, and I know they do. And I know they do here live as we are live from Seed to Table, Oaks Farm Seed to Table, where the crowd is ready to go, and we're ready to go this morning, and we always love being here at Oaks Farm Seed to Table. It's like Disney. It's like going to Disney, except it's better because they don't have anything when you walk in that tells you that before you actually walk in that there's going to be some unusual stereotypes, and watch out for your kids and all these other things that some of these places are doing. By the way, has Universal Studios, have they canceled Dr. Seuss yet? I wonder if they've just completely wiped out the whole Seuss area. I'm just asking. Let's hope not. But there's news on that, so we'll have that coming up if you're interested. How many people have been following the whole Dr. Seuss thing? Are you? I mean, but you're upset about Dr. Seuss like we all are, because the cancel culture and canceling out is alive and well in this country. And even when you look at what's happening with eBay, the latest on that, by the way, if you don't know, is that eBay decided that way too many people are selling these books and way too much money being made, and we're just pulling it down. So you can't sell it on eBay, but 9 of the 10 top books on Amazon are Dr. Seuss books. So how about that, everybody? So that's an interesting dynamic. What do you do if you're Amazon? If you're Amazon, you change. Oh man, I know I'm chasing squirrels right now, but this is. Did you all notice that? I don't know how many of you have ever had like an Amazon app on your phone, but there's this little icon on your phone, and what they did was they changed the icon because it's a new day, and what it is it's a box with the smiley face on it, and then it had the tape over the box. So there's tape over the box, and so there's a little bit of tape on the app, and so what you see is a smiley face, and then you see this tape that goes in the middle underneath where the smiley face is. Now, if you look at the same app today and you take a look at it carefully, you'll notice that the tape that is over the box, that is the Amazon box, has this little flap now that's over on the tape. Do you know why they flap the tape? Because somehow, some way, somewhere, on some planet, somebody looked at the Amazon app and said, that looks too much like Hitler. No, I'm not kidding. You think I'm joking. Somebody somewhere said the box, Amazon, the box with the smiley face with the tape that goes over that, it looks a little too much like a square mustache, which looks like somebody we know. And you Trump supporters out there, on the left, they consider you the ones that know best because, you're Trump supporters, and you know how that works. It's kind of weird and strange, and we got some stories on that as well. But yeah, that's what they ended up doing. So they ended up flipping the flap so that it didn't look a lot like, that's where we are. That's where some in the country are. Make no mistake about it. It's some in the country. It's not everybody in the country. It's not every American who believes that the culture needs to be canceled. It's not everybody in the country that believes that Donald Trump is the worst thing that ever happened to this country. And there's some news there as well. Our good friend Dan Bongino, who had this on his podcast yesterday, and it is pretty amazing how the left has realized that when you're talking about what the president was able to do, the former president, this last election in 2020, and an article was written in New York Magazine, a very left-leaning magazine, talking to a very left-leaning writer, and they were having a discussion about how is it possible that 75 million people voted for Donald Trump this past election, as opposed to the 872 million, I think. Are we up to 872 now? Can we double check that on Joe Biden? I mean, it was worldwide, the win of Joe Biden. But what we come to find out, everybody, is that in this article, they brought up something very interesting, which is, how do you get to 75 million? How did you get to that number? Is it because of how many people went out and actually GOP members went out in force and voted for the president? No. Guess what they talked about, and the numbers have been coming in. When you're talking about exit polling, when you're talking about the actual numbers, guess what happened, everybody? There were Democrats who noticed what the former president of the United States was doing for the working class. For the working class, it didn't make a difference if you were black, Asian, Hispanic. It didn't matter. Middle class, the hardworking American people, they noticed what was happening, and they said, as Democrats, hey, I think we want to give this guy another shot because things look pretty good. I think somebody is recognizing what's going on in this country and helping us as a community, as Americans, and we're going to vote for him. How do you think that goes over with the left in this country? Why do you think that they are desperate to talk so poorly about the former president, and by default you, for voting for him? Why do you think they continue to go after him? They do this, everybody, because they recognize what a lot of other people recognize, and it's this. As far as what the former president was able to do, as far as those that were helped in this country, make no mistake about it. Across the board, it doesn't make a difference what your political affiliation is. Everybody recognized it. And the last thing that the left in this country, and certainly Democrats, want to do is they want you to believe that everybody across the board had a problem with the former president, when now they come to realize that there were Democrats voting for Donald Trump in 2020, they went over. And that is the last thing that they want to hear, because what happens if he kind of sticks around? What happens if there's another election down the road where he decides, or if not the case, if he's going to be out there and campaigning for others? Make no mistake, the former president is not going anywhere, whether it is in policy and supporting other candidates or something that might come down the road. We'll end up seeing. All right, 239-479-5592, drewsteele.com, the website. We are live today at Oaks Farm Seed to Table. Oh, my camera went out. Oh, look at that. All right, well, I'll have to turn around another camera. All right, so you can listen if you're on the feed, and I'll figure out what happened with the camera. I don't know. I must have unplugged something accidentally. We'll get to that coming up in just a minute. All right, a couple of other things that are going on. 2022 started yesterday. How many times have we talked about this, that 2022 started yesterday? And what I mean by that is any election that is coming up, Democrats know that they have to push whatever they are planning to do right now, fast. If you're talking about almost $2 trillion worth of spending, where this much, my fingers are thinly spread apart, is going to COVID relief, and this much, I can't reach the walls, but if we all stretch our arms out and joined hands and went across the building here at Oaks Farm Seed to Table, that's how big the rest of the money is. Not the money that's going to help when it comes to COVID relief, but, bridges and subways and bailing out blue states that have been awful with the way they've been running those states, New York, California, and I can go on. But last night, Republicans were reading all the 800-plus pages of this bill. Look, just to put it on record, that's what they're doing. They're putting it on record. And Chuck Schumer and other Democrats confident that this is going to move through. They've taken some things out, like the $15 minimum hour wage, and some of the little things that people have been talking about, like the subway in San Francisco or in California, and like the bridge in New York, and certain things. But the state bailouts are not changing. And understand that they have to hurry and get this done, because coming up, we've got an election in 2022, and if the numbers that I discussed earlier are true, and what happened is true, then ultimately what they're going to have to decide is how in the world are we going to be able to keep the House and the Senate? How are we going to be able to do that? And the only way that they can do it is to try to pass legislation like H.R. 1 that is going to completely change the election process here in the country if passed. Although right now on the Senate side, the talk is that it's going to be awfully close, but it probably, well, at the moment, they're talking about may not pass, but there may, everybody's worried about that. And you talk about some of the other reforms. But 2022 is also a critical moment in the state of Florida, because we all know Governor Ron DeSantis. Y'all like Governor Ron DeSantis? You think he's doing a good job? All right. Let's just put it this way. Magnify that by at least 150 million people, and you realize that probably half the country is understanding what's going on in Florida, especially the fact that everybody keeps looking to move here to the state of Florida. And so the governor doing an amazing job, and what that means when it comes to the issues of mask mandates, when it comes to the issues of opening up businesses in the state of Florida, and the success that we have had, that obviously that people are looking at the state and they're jealous. Quite honestly, they're jealous. If you live in a state like New York or California, where these draconian lockdowns are still happening, then you look at Florida and say, why? How do you do that? How is this possible? Why is it that we have to get stuck? And I think that Governor Mussolini there in California, I believe that he's, where is it right now? It's almost like 2 million signatures, I believe, in the recall. It's close. And they just want to get as much as they can in the next couple of weeks, because they know that there are going to be signatures that are going to be kicked out. So what was it, like 1.5 million? So they want to get, if they get an extra 500,000, understanding that there's going to be a certain amount that will be kicked out, then they'll be able to do a recall. And there's a reason why that happens. So what did happen with the governor yesterday? Well, I don't know how many of you read the Miami Herald. You don't have to. Don't read the Miami Herald. I'll just tell you what the headlines are, and then you can deal with it from there. So the Miami Herald was ripping the governor of the state of Florida because apparently the headline goes, and you probably realize this yourself, that the governor is he's dastardly. It's like a cartoon character. Like, wasn't there like a dastardly, does anybody remember Dastardly Dan? Was that the character that had the mustache and the cartoon? And I'm dating nobody has any clue with him. Everybody's looking at me right now and is not sure what I'm talking about. Or Dastardly Doolittle or something like that. Anyway, the governor is awful. He's dastardly. As a matter of fact, he did something that was so horrific. You can't even imagine what he did. What did he do? Well, here's what the article says in the Miami Herald. Wealthy Keys enclave received COVID vaccines in January before much of the state. Nearly all those aged 65 years and older in a wealthy gated enclave in the Florida Keys had been vaccinated by mid-January. And there were some Republican donors that lived in the gated community. Now, wait a minute. January, wealthy Republicans. Oh, well, that plays right into the narrative, doesn't it? Well, hold on a second. The governor had something to say about that, and I wonder what you would say as you hear the governor who decided to do something very, what's the word I'm looking for? Trumpian? Trump-esque? I know I keep bringing the former president up, but let's be honest. The former president allowed us all to do something, well, let's say politicians, to do something that maybe we were doing locally and in the state and in our communities, but politicians weren't brave enough to do, and that is to confront the media when they throw garbage at the politicians like Ron DeSantis, and he's like, no, I'm not going to just sit here and have you tell me that this is the headline and this is what took place. I'm going to confront this, and he did, and here's what he said.
The Miami Herald article was a train wreck. That was not a site that we were involved in the Keys. What that was one of the South Florida hospital systems went to this community, vaccinated a bunch of seniors. I think that's great. I want seniors to get shots. I think they did a good job doing that. We just weren't involved with it in any way, shape, or form.
All right, so right out of the gate, the state's not involved with this in any way, shape, or form. So you're following all this, right? So the Miami Herald is basically saying it's DeSantis. He's the one that did this. He's evil. He's the dastardly guy with the mustache. He's terrible. And so he's saying, well, no, listen, the state didn't have anything to do with this.
And the initial 3 or 4 weeks, as you remember, the hospitals were getting the lion's share of the vaccine. We had nursing homes. We had hospitals. Some of the county health departments started to get them at the end of December, but you really didn't see the big push even in the counties until January. So that was something that one of the systems went. They went on site. They did 1,000, 2,000, however many seniors. And my view is if you're 65 and up, I'm not worried about your income bracket. I'm worried about your age bracket.
Woo! I'm not worried about your income bracket. I'm worried about your age bracket. Are we all on board with this? You understand, right? That what the left wants to do is make it about the wealthy and the rich, and how can you do this? And, we have to separate you. Everybody gets a box. The left decides that you have a box here, there's a box there. We're not all Americans. Everybody's got their own box. No. The governor's saying, well, hold on a second. We've already looked at the science and the data. We know everything that's going on when it comes to COVID. We understand exactly what is happening. And so when we looked at the science and the data, we said, hey, 65 and older, this is where we have to start. And so that's where we wanted to start. And we made that suggestion to others, and others said, hey, we're looking at the science and the data, and they see, and they're concerned about the age groups that are most vulnerable when you're talking about COVID and then getting vaccines. And so that's what they ended up doing. And so good for the governor for standing up and saying, no, we're not going to just have you write articles that are false, that are just lies.
It's the age, not the income, that shows the risk. And so if they were able to go in a community that is heavily senior and vaccinate people, that's very, very good. But for that article to suggest that somehow that was one of our sites, that's just factually wrong. I think it was good that they did it. I support the hospitals doing that and really being proactive and trying to reach as many seniors as possible. But it was a really, really poorly executed hit piece. And what they're trying to do, they're trying to concoct, manufacture a narrative, but they don't have the facts to back it up. And that's a perfect example of that. So it was a major failure.
A major failure. They don't have the facts to back it up, but that's what some news organizations are trying to do to this governor. And understand that the bottom line is that they know what's been happening in the state of Florida. They know the success that we've had in the state of Florida. They understand it. Everybody does. And everybody understands politically where the winds are blowing right now. And if you were to look at who would possibly be the top tier tier of possible candidates in 2024. You have to put Ron DeSantis in the top tier, and they know it, and so they're going to try to do what they can to try to ding this governor. Good luck, because I think just by being here at Oaks Farm Seed to Table, we can see the success when you're talking about liberty and freedom in this state. Yes, that's what I said. You can applaud liberty and freedom, everybody here. It's okay. All right, we got to go to break, Jake. It's time to go to break. We are live at Oaks Farm Seed to Table in Naples, so if you want to come by, grab a coffee, enjoy. There's so much here to offer, as you can imagine, and if you've never been here before, it is quite the experience. So come down. It's at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in North Naples. It is Daybreak 92.5 Fox News right all along, and is that the music playing? Let me hear. Wait. Yes, it is. All right, then we have Sabrina Katz, who's at studio with traffic.
Good Friday morning. Traffic getting busy in Bonita Springs on Old 41 heading north of Bonita Beach Road. Also a slowdown in Estero on Coconut Road if you're heading east of US 41. Traffic still looks great, though, on Corkscrew heading east of 41 to the interstate. Also up to speed, Estero Parkway. The trip to the minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For your Friday, mostly sunny, highs near 80. We will be at 76 for your Saturday. Passing areas of rain and a few storms, especially by the second half of the day. And then for your Sunday, improving, mostly sunny, breezy, high temperature of 75. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Hey, Alexa, play 92.5 Fox News.
This Fox News business report is presented by Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions Incorporated, providing organic and botanical pest control solutions since 2011.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Betty Crocker and Barbie join forces to create an online kitchen lab. The so-called Betty Lab aims to use culinary science to encourage young girls interested in science, technology, engineering, and math. Maybe some of those girls will one day work for tech giants like SpaceX. Yesterday, the company used a high-tech way to investigate the wreckage of its Mars prototype rocket that exploded after first landing safely at its Texas facility. SpaceX sent in a robot dog from Boston Dynamics named Zeus. The CEO of Gap predicts a consumer spending spree once the pandemic's over. And stocks slid yesterday, even after Fed Chairman Powell said the central bank would maintain ultra-low interest rates. The Dow fell 345 points. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report, invested in you.
Cleanliness and safety are essential to the success of any business. That's why Cintas has introduced our Total Clean program, a one-of-a-kind service that includes scheduled deliveries of essential cleaning supplies, hygienically cleaned uniforms, and on-site sanitizer and disinfectant services to help eliminate germs. Learn what the Cintas Total Clean program can do for you.
Oh, I'm ready!
Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the work.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is Florida's factory direct window company. We manufacture, install, and guarantee your windows for life. One company, one call. Our replacement windows are made to better enhance the energy efficiency of your home and stand up to Florida weather. New South Window, home of the ultimate Florida window for you. Made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we know Florida weather.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
All tyranny needs to gain a foothold is for people of good conscience to remain silent. These days, a statement like that might get you banned from Twitter. Who said it? That radical Thomas Jefferson. I'm Lori Roman, president of the American Constitutional Rights Union, and this is a Live Free Minute. After more than 200 years of enjoying free speech, the current cancel culture has Americans fearful of expressing themselves. The First Amendment to the Constitution was written to stop the government from infringing on the God-given right of every American to express their views. We pledge that we will not remain silent. Please join ACRU in standing up against cancel culture, because without free speech, we can't live free. This Live Free Minute is brought to you by American Constitutional Rights Union, a national nonprofit organization in Naples, Florida. If you'd like to learn more about our work, visit livefreeminute.org. livefreeminute.org.
Hot out today, huh?
You know it.
Glad the AC's working.
No kidding.
What if the AC quit?
Oh, man. Couldn't do a thing inside then.
Too hot.
No way Ashley could do her homework in here.
Hard to concentrate.
Wouldn't even bother trying to study.
Well,
of course, her grades would slip.
Dave.
She could kiss Harvard goodbye.
Dave.
Probably end up homeless. Oh, my little girl.
Dave.
What?
What's the best case scenario?
Best case? Okay, best case, I make one call, AC's back up and running right away, everything's fine.
That's best?
Oh, sure, but...
That's best. Best Home Services. They have 4 AC trucks standing by waiting for you to call, loaded with parts, ready to go.
Right now?
Right now.
Huh. Sure is hot out today.
GetBest.com. When something goes wrong, we're waiting.
So you're saying
she can still go to Harvard.
I cannot tell you how awesome it is when my family comes over and I say, you're going to get great tasting water straight from your faucet. I'm telling you, it's great on your skin, your hair, and your appliances. Think of what your water's doing now. Well, you should call now for your free
Hey, can you take the station down for a second?
Test. And I'm telling
Hey, good morning, everybody. I just wanted to say hi. Good morning, everybody here at Oaks Farm Seed to Table. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you starting today. Thank you. Thank you. And it's great to see everybody. And it gets kind of crazy. I get here kind of late. I'm way up. I'm even further out than Fort Myers, so I'm out there. But it's great to come down here and see you all. And I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it, and we do. And it's great that you are a part of what is going on here, and certainly in Southwest Florida, because it's going to get busy. Everybody ready for political season to get busy, or are you kind of like, is it kind of a lull, and then you're going to kind of come back strong? Is that what it is? We're kind of hanging out, taking it easy, or have you been all pedal to the metal? Because I talked to some people, and they are just not, they're not slowing down. It is like, pedal to the metal. We know what's going on. We know what happened, and we want to make a difference, especially here locally. And so pedal to the metal, we haven't stopped. And then there's some people that are just like, just taking a break. But you know what? We're going to have some coffee, have some breakfast, and then tomorrow's a new day, and then we get it. So great to see you here this morning. I just want to let you know that we always appreciate it, and we'll just see you in a little bit. All right, Jake, you can put the station back on. Thanks.
Just 4 numbers, 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Area code 239-945-2700. License number CCC 132-6213.
Is your car a 2012 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it? Would you rather be driving a brand new Nissan equipped with all the latest technology and safety features? Hey, Aaron Walker here from Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2012 or newer, yes, a 2012 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, we'll give you the original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Bring us that old Chevy, Honda, Toyota, Ford. We don't care where you bought it from. We don't care if you bought it new or used. Go to NaplesNissan.com. Pick out your favorite new Nissan model with Bluetooth, backup camera, and that new car smell. You can have it all today after we pay you what you paid for your trade-in. Don't wait. Get full details at NaplesNissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Wink News Traffic.
Good Friday morning. Traffic getting busy in Bonita Springs on Old 41 heading north of Bonita Beach Road. Also a slowdown in Estero on Coconut Road if you're heading east of US 41. Traffic still looks great, though, on Corkscrew heading east of 41 to the interstate. Also up to speed, Estero Parkway. The trip to the minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, a cool morning and a warm afternoon. Beautiful weather, though, with plenty of sunshine, few passing high clouds, high temperatures near 80 degrees. Please plan accordingly. Keep the umbrella handy for your Saturday, where we will see areas of rain and potentially a few storms pass by, especially during the afternoon and evening. High temperatures only in the mid to upper 70s. Weather gets better, though. The sunnier day will be on Sunday as drier air moves in. Highs only in the mid 70s with breezy weather all the way into Monday, as we gradually will see a warming trend for next week. And in fact, by the following weekend, sunshine and temps well into the 80s. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
I want to say I love America because everyone gets a voice.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
It's Fred Kobe with Kobe Cooling. I was lucky enough to hear my friend Rush Limbaugh on his very first broadcast in Florida over 30 years ago. After more than 24,000 hours of listening to Rush, I feel like we're buddies. I've always been proud to advertise in his time slot because we love Rush Limbaugh. My father and I used to talk about Rush every day. It gave us some commonality, and I'll cherish those moments forever. We pray for Rush's wife, Catherine, and his brother and family, and we hope that God's healing hands finds them. And until we meet again, Maha Rushi, mega dittos from all of the Kobes at Kobe Cooling. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313.
Being the most experienced, Dr. David C. Brown's Eye Centers of Florida has conducted many FDA studies since 1971, including the first to perform laser cataract surgery, multifocal lens for cataracts, HD lens for distance clarity and accuracy, genetic screening for macular degeneration, the studies for implantable contact lenses, and dozens more. A world of better vision is right here in Southwest Florida. Dr. David C. Brown's Eye Centers of Florida, clearly the right choice.
Tune in on Sunday mornings, Fox News 92.5, Dr. Amy Robbins, and Maximize Living Radio. I'm going to be going over topics like leaky gut, weight loss resistance, how to fix your chronic aches and pains, how to deal with all of those things in a natural way, how to sleep better. So there's a different topic every single week that we're going to be covering. Tune in and get the help that you need.
Southwest Florida is home to the finest boating and fishing waters in the United States, and there's no better place to see all the boats, accessories, gear, and gadgets than at the 32nd Annual Bonita Springs Boat Show, March 4th through the 7th at the Bonita Springs Poker Room, formerly the Greyhound Track. It's all outdoors with plenty of room. See hundreds of boats from all the major dealers at Southwest Florida's biggest springtime boat show. There's a boat for every budget and every need. Marine accessories, engines, boat lifts, services, how-to boating info, and fishing seminars by Coastal Angler Magazine. Dealer inventories are very low, and this is your last chance before summer to see all the boats and gear on display in one place. It's also your best chance to order a boat for your return to Florida in the fall. Thursday, March 4th through Sunday the 7th at the Bonita Springs Poker Room, Bonita Beach Road between I-75 and US 41. Visit BonitaSpringsBoatShow.com for complete details.
The Florida Conservative PC, in association with the Red Bill Roadshow, welcomes Lieutenant General Michael Flynn Thursday, March 11th for a day of celebrating Southwest Florida veterans and fundraising. The veterans-only luncheon is $75, including a message from General Flynn. The evening event begins at 6 p.m. and includes a silent auction, live music, and a photo op with General Flynn. General seating tickets start at just $50 and are available online at thefloridaconservative.com.
Paid for and approved by the Florida Conservative PC, 133 Harbor Drive, Venice, Florida, 34285.
Kennedy at 3 and drive home with Trey Radel at 5. Now, back to Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
We are live this morning from Oaks Farm Seed to Table as the crowd goes crazy. Thank you. Either that or they're too busy because they're having breakfast and they're enjoying a great breakfast. And I see a lot of folks with their coffee and breakfast this morning as they're all hanging out with us, and we do appreciate it. Our First Fridays, we do it each and every first Friday of the month. Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road right here in North Naples. And I hope you'll join us this morning. Stop by, say hi. We've had a lot of friends come over, stop by already. And some even on their way to school, which is great to see. And I'm sure anxious to play Drew's college, of course, which is always a lot of fun. for the kids, doing our civics lesson. It's always important that we do that because, somebody's got to talk to the kids about civics. But that's a whole other story. We can do that another day. Hey, speaking of speaking to some people about certain issues, can somebody just check on Nancy Pelosi? I mean, I'm just asking. There's a little weird audio piece. Seb Gorka has it. He put it out on his Twitter account. And I'm trying to understand what Nancy Pelosi is doing, quite frankly. I mean, she's Speaker of the House, and sometimes I worry about her, and we worry about people. And here's Nancy Pelosi. Was it yesterday? I guess she's on a Zoom meeting. And they're talking about, I don't know what, opening the doors for different people. And so she said, I want you to listen to this. Again, this is the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, having a moment where it was sort of, creepy is the word that comes to mind. Listen to this. Here, she says.
In order to open these doors, we do not say open sesame. We say open Biden. That's our magic word. Open Biden. I love it.
What is that? What is she? Well, open. Instead of saying open sesame, we say open Biden. Is it because Biden? Is it like the genie? Biden's like the genie in the bottle? It's except he's not sure if he's in a bottle or he's in a basement or he's not really sure where he is. But that's not the point. We don't want to be rude. There's kids here, so we don't want to be mean. We want to be respectful. Kids, always be respectful to your elders. Remember, and so especially ones that aren't really sure if they're in the basement or a bottle or they're hanging out with Nancy, and Nancy's just saying open Biden. And so there you go. Maybe it's because Joe Biden's real job right now lately has been opening doors for people. Maybe that's what he's doing in the Capitol or there in D.C. Maybe he leaves the White House or the basement, wherever he is, and he's opening doors for people. I don't know what she's talking about, but I guess it doesn't make a difference. I saw this morning and I thought, it's Nancy Pelosi. I have to play it. We've been talking a little bit this morning about the concerns about cancel culture, and there's some interesting stories about this. Now, there are some people who, interestingly enough, don't think that or believe that that's all that Republicans want to talk about. All they want to talk about is the canceling of Dr. Seuss. I mean, what's the big deal here? Who cares? They're focusing on this. They're focusing on Disney. You guys got to stop focusing on that because Trump. See, that's the answer to everything right now. It's still the answer. You realize that the answer is always going to be Trump because Trump brings clicks, Trump brings viewers. As long as you have Donald Trump somewhere or Trump supporters, or you can say the name Trump, you're always going to have some kind of click or view. And boy, they just don't want to let that go. I mean, they want it to their extent. They don't want people to actually examine what it was that he was able to accomplish. They just want you to go with the narrative that he's just bad. And so what has been happening lately with the cancel culture of Dr. Seuss and other places that we're supposed to ignore? Well, a poll just came out, an exclusive poll according to Daily Wire, and it says Americans are rejecting Disney's dive into woke politics and disapprove of the firing of Mandalorian standout Gina Carano. That's some exclusive polling that has found. Are you big fans of The Mandalorian? Were you watching do you know Okay, so some Mandalorian supporters. The rest of you are like, if it's cancel culture and it's a woke thing, I'm canceling anyway, so I'm good. I'm on board. It's okay. Corporate America's lunge into wokeness and cancel culture might hit a bump in the road given public reaction to Disney's recent actions. Pollster Neil Newhouse of Public Opinion Strategies concluded, accessing data from a recent survey conducted February 26 to March 3rd. And among other recent Disney news, participants of all stripes, Republicans, Democrats, Independents, were asked questions concerning Disney's ties to China, the company's threat to abandon doing work in Georgia over pro-life legislation. You remember that, right? Disney did not want to work in the state of Georgia and does not work because of their pro-life legislation. Remember that. And the recent firing of Carano over an allegedly offensive social media post. Notably, participants were shown the social media post in question from Carano and overwhelmingly thought the firing was unjustified, 72 to 28%. Now, I'm bringing all of this up because whether it's Dr. Seuss or whether it's Disney or whether it's what we see in the woke politics of the day or whether we see canceling, we don't even have the opportunity to speak about these issues. We can't even talk to our friends that might come by to see the table who may even disagree with our politics, but we just want to sit down and we just want to have the conversation. The left always wants to have a conversation until you want to have a conversation, and then they just want to tell you off and walk away from the conversation, which always seems strange to me. Like, if we're going to have a conversation, let's really have one. It's okay. I mean, if we disagree, there was a time when we always would be able to do that. We could agree to disagree, and those days are over. So I just want to pay attention to this because in a lot of ways, this culture and some of the politics affect the things that are coming out of Washington, D.C. And I'm going to make this circle come around because, as you'll quickly find out, there's some politics that are happening in D.C. right now that have to do with defunding the police. I think it's House Bill 1280 is the one that passed along with H.R. 1. It was one that kind of is a little more under the radar because a lot of people are focusing, or we are, on H.R. 1. But this defunding of the police, and why are they doing this? What is the motivation? And the motivation is bringing it back to what is the politics that we're told that the culture wants. And so we're going to get to that in just a second because it's important that you hear this audio yesterday, and I believe it was on MSNBC, so you can understand what the politics are specifically when it comes to defunding police. But I did want to mention something really exciting, and I know you all are going to love this, that has to do with cancel culture. How many of you have missed Hillary Clinton? How many of you have been just waiting for Hillary Clinton to do something? Look at this. There's not one single. You're all looking at me like, I didn't say I'm not asking you to like applaud or anything like that. The crowd's turning fast on me. Hold on a second. Okay. Wait a minute. I didn't mean it like, isn't it exciting that Hillary wanted to interject into the news a little bit? I'm setting you up for something that's going to be really funny. So Hillary Clinton decided that she has had enough of the cancel culture talk from all of you. And, as the de facto former president of the United States for the past 4 years, right? Isn't that how that works? Like if you tell everybody that there was a Russia collusion hoax, or there was some kind of collusion, or there was some kind of issue with election fraud that was going on against you, then you de facto really never concede, or the left doesn't say that you concede, so you can continue to be the de facto president or the de facto governor or whatever the case may be until you come up with some extraordinary Russian collusion hoax with the former president. Then in that case, then when you talk about election integrity, we're concerned about, you guys are all crazy, every single one of you. So here's Hillary Clinton in a tweet. So she wanted to get into the whole cancel culture discussion. So her tweet is, the party of quote-unquote freedom fries. By the way, this was trending yesterday on Twitter. That's how I noticed. I said, freedom fries? Why is that coming up? The party of freedom fries would like you to know that quote-unquote cancel culture is a very serious problem. Ooh, can you all do that with me together? Ooh, that's Hillary getting, yeah. Now, I might make a suggestion, because when I see Hillary Clinton that wants to interject into conversations about cancel culture and you all and freedom fries and serious problems, you know what I think? I think to myself,
the fact is we had 4 dead Americans. Was it because of a protest, or was it because of guys out for a walk one night who decided they'd go kill some Americans? What difference at this point does it make?
You might want to sit this one out. Is that okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? If you're Hillary Clinton and you want to get into the cancel culture, I'm going back to that. You might want to just sit this one out, Hills. Can I call you Hills? I don't know, is that even proper? Is that disrespectful? There's kids in the room. Am I being disrespectful if I call Hillary Clinton Hills? Is that okay? Does anybody? No? Okay, I have a thumbs up over there. You don't really care. You're just enjoying the breakfast at seat at the table. That's all. You got a great cup of coffee, and I get it. I see how it works. All right. So I just thought that was very interesting that she wanted to get into the act. But when we come back, I'm looking at the time, Jake, and what I want to do is get ready because we're going to take a break in a minute. But when we come back, I did want to talk about this. There was another quote-unquote insurrection, apparently, that was supposed to take place yesterday. Did everybody know that March 4th there was supposed to be an insurrection? Has anybody heard anything about the March 4th insurrection and Trump being swept in? And there was going to be, because we have to have fencing around, the kind of fencing that we don't have along the border, because you don't want to do that because that doesn't keep people out. Fencing doesn't do that. We just have to have it around Washington, D.C. because somehow it works there, but it doesn't work. I mean, that's a whole other subject. But anyway, I digress. So yesterday there was supposed to be some incursion or something going on. That's why anybody hear anything about that? It kind of really, it was really, what'd you say, fake news? Is that what you said, fake news? All right. Buy that guy a coffee, will you? Fake news. All right. No, nothing happened. So when is an insurrection not an insurrection? When is a kind of an insurrection that's supposed to happen, that we're told is going to happen, that everybody says we got to fence up because we're hearing that it's going to happen, and it doesn't happen. It doesn't transpire. There's nothing that actually happened. When people bring up names like QAnon and other groups that people are like, hey, do you know anything about QAnon? And you go to your neighbors and they're like, Q, what? Is that like a new supermarket that I don't know about? Because it's not as good as Seed to Table. I can tell you right now, I'm not going anywhere else except Seed to Table. I'm not going to the QAnon's supermarket. I don't care how fresh they tell me their fish is. I don't believe it. But yeah, so half the time you're hearing about all these names and you think to yourself, well, wait a minute. I don't know anybody that knows any of these groups. I've never even heard of these groups. I don't hear anything. Who's bringing all of this up? It's almost as if the media wants to bring in the fake news legacy media. Do me a favor. Don't call them the mainstream media. They're not mainstream because we're mainstream. And the last time I checked, I'm not watching them and I'm not listening to them. So they're not mainstream. They're not mainstream. They're fake news legacy media. And I said it. I know there's people that are shopping. I said it. You can come upstairs and see me. So yeah, so when you're following along with the fake news legacy media, what they do is they decide to find all these groups that they hear about and make them seem as if they're more important and more powerful and more influential than they are, because they're bad groups, and then they're connecting them with you as Trump supporters, and you see how that works. It's Trump, and it goes right down the line. Okay, so what about this story? Because I want to play some audio that's going to bring it back to how the culture is playing out right now and the concerns that people have. And again, if you're watching at drewsteele.com, if you're somebody who's been watching, if you're emailing me, and I get your emails and I see all the emails from Democrats and the left who are confused about this or upset about this. It's mostly upset. I say confused because I'm being nice, but that's okay. Because we don't mind having the conversation about these issues. We don't mind talking about these issues. And so when we come back, I'm going to play some audio that you should be concerned about when it comes to this issue, because there are some things that did happen in an insurrection, and then there are some things that don't happen in an insurrection. And so we discovered some things yesterday, thanks to Ron Johnson, and some questions that were being asked about exactly what happened on January 6th. And then we have to talk about also what's happening with D.C. and the fencing of D.C. and also defunding the police. I mean, is that mainstream? Is that what everybody wants? I don't know anybody that wants that. As a matter of fact, I don't even know Democrats that want that. We're going to talk about that coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. We are live at Oaks Farm, Seed to Table, Livingston and Immokalee Road in North Naples. Come visit us. Grab a coffee. Grab some breakfast. Hang out with all of us here. It's 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. We got traffic, Jake. We do. Okay. I know Sabrina's sitting there, and now I hear the music. And okay, Sabrina Katz has your traffic. Go do your thing.
Good Friday morning. We're watching a crash in Lehigh Acres right now off of Blackstone Drive and State Road 82. No injuries or roadblock, but seeing some slight delays heading in the eastbound direction right now from Alabama Road past that crash scene. So watch out for some slight slowdown. 75 and 41 running up to speed. And we're not dealing with any crashes right now in Collier or Charlotte counties. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For your Friday, mostly sunny, highs near 80. We will be at 76 for your Saturday, passing areas of rain and a few storms, especially by the second half of the day. And then for your Sunday, improving, mostly sunny, breezy, high temperature of 75. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Rush Limbaugh.
And a reporter for the Washington Post, Matt O'Brien, attempted to explain why Republicans are so bad at health care. That's the title of his article. The real reason Republicans are supposedly so bad is the Republicans are opposed to the redistribution of wealth. And today, healthcare is all about redistribution, taking money from some people and giving it to others. O'Brien says the Republicans' problem is they're looking for a healthcare system that does not rely on redistribution. Mr. O'Brien has stumbled onto the real reason there's so much discord in our country. Liberals used to say the government was needed to provide a healthcare safety net for those too poor to pay for it themselves, but that's not the case anymore. Now, healthcare isn't about health at all. It's class warfare, taking money from successful, productive achievers and spreading it around to as many people as possible for votes and political power. And that's what the end game has always been for liberals, and Obamacare was a giant step toward that goal. It's why liberals insist that somebody else has to pay for everything, from birth control to annual checkups. Redistribution is deadly to a healthy economy. Punishing achievers kills job creation and innovation. It pits Americans against each other, and no matter how much money is taken, it's never enough. That is why Obamacare must be repealed, not replaced with Obamacare Light, but simply erased.
This year marks 20 years since America's darkest day, 9/11. It also marks the start of the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Born from the tragedy, Tunnel to Towers supports the courageous men and women in this country who are willing to die for you and me. The foundation brings hope to heroes and their families when they need it most. When a first responder or military service member doesn't come home and young children are left behind, Tunnel to Towers pays off their mortgage to lift the financial burden and bring their family stability. For catastrophically injured veterans and first responders, Tunnel to Towers builds mortgage-free smart homes, enabling our most severely injured heroes to live more independent lives. 20 years ago, we vowed to never forget. But that commitment requires action. Take action now. Do good in honor of America's heroes who deserve that and so much more. Donate $11 a month at T2T.org. That's T2T.org. Help America to never forget. Thank you.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. The electrical panel is the heart of your home's electrical system. Malfunctions can lead to hazards like fire or power outages, leaving your home at risk or in the dark altogether. So trust our teams at Mr. Sparky to get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $200 off a panel replacement.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-Sparky.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. We are live at Oaks Farm Seed to Table, as you can tell. Because it sounds like I just missed a break. Is that right? You can applaud, everybody, so that everyone on the air knows that you're here. And my camera went down again. I don't know what's going on. It's something's happening over here. Oaks Farm Seed to Table, the corner of Immokalee and Livingston Road in North Naples. So we would love for you to come and join us this morning. Grab a cup of coffee, do some shopping, whatever it is. They've got all kinds of things that happen throughout the week and weekends, live entertainment and so much more. And where we don't worry about masks. Although there's some people that, if they want to come in and they want to wear a mask, it's up to them. And that's the whole thing about what I think people don't understand and don't get about even mask mandates and lockdowns and different things. By the way, news about that as well. Is the tide turning now, everybody? Are we starting to see the tide turning with lockdowns and mandates? Yes, we are. The news is out there. Wait till you hear some of the latest news. 16 states now have decided, hey, they're going to follow the science. What about that? And so we are starting to see, yes, you can applaud that. By the way, hey, and tuck that in, everybody, live, because I'm going to bring this up again, and I want you to applaud. When I say that again coming up, make sure we do that again, okay, as a group. It's weird. I'm coaching you and I'm on the air and everybody knows what I'm doing. But we're going to talk about that coming up because it looks like the tide is turning because people don't want the government dictating what it is that we can and cannot do, especially when the science is not on their side. Look, we can handle this ourselves. We're big boys and girls and little boys and girls here as well. We can handle this. And so we're going to get to that coming up. But as we go into break, that's the other thing that I wanted to make sure we bring up this morning. A couple of things that were interesting from yesterday. Ron Johnson was talking to Assistant Director for the FBI's Counterterrorism Division, Jill Sanborn, and was asking about this insurrection on January 6th. Can you have an insurrection if everybody there is pretty much nobody has a firearm, there are no shots fired, there were no bombs or anything else? You just got a guy in a Viking hat that comes in and stands there and takes some really cool pictures. Is that how insurrections work? Because I'm not really sure that that's the case. Be careful of the words that you use, unless you're the left, and that's the implied intention, is that you want to make it sound exactly like that. So was it? We're going to talk about that. And then some really outrageous audio about defunding police and legislation that the left wants to move forward in this country. And you're going to hear this audio coming up, and you're going to be outraged. But we'll have that coming up. Live from Oaks Farm, Seed to Table.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet Store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet Store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet Store.
With the Diamond District, you get the best of both worlds. Jason and Todd are wholesale diamond brokers selling to the public and jewelry stores across the country at wholesale prices. The Diamond District is also a retail store that you can visit every day and see the largest selection of GIA and Forevermark loose certified diamonds.
I'm Harvey Massey. At Massey Services, we know every lawn is unique and requires customized care. That's why our environmental approach includes aeration, which allows water and nutrients to reach the roots of your lawn, as well as an irrigation program, which ensures proper coverage and reduces water waste. With Massey's Green Up program, you'll enjoy a healthy and a beautiful lawn year-round. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
True relief for back and neck pain. In my office, Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, every day I talk with patients that for so many years just suffered with back or neck pain. Many just assuming that it was normal or something they had to live with. They'd tried injections, epidurals, or even surgery with no success, always looking for a chair to relieve pain or always dreading pain while sleeping or getting out of bed. It's time to treat the root of the problem. Please don't think there are no other options. You can overcome problems from sciatica, stenosis, neuropathy, bulging degenerative discs, or scoliosis. Non-surgical spinal decompression can change your life. Think of how much happier you'd be without pain. This Medicare-friendly treatment combines science and technology to offer a state-of-the-art, non-surgical procedure that is remarkably effective. We always offer a free telephone consultation and free x-rays to see if you're a candidate for spinal decompression. Johnston Spinal Care, we're here for you. Call 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
A long night at the Senate. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and they'll be back this morning working on President Biden's nearly $2 trillion COVID financial aid plan.
I've been talking to a lot of my Republican friends, a number of meetings.
But they remain opposed. Fox's Rachel Sutherland has more live.
Dave, the Senate was in session until the wee hours as the American Rescue Plan was read aloud at the request of Republican Senator Ron Johnson. Formal debate will begin later today on the $1.9 trillion bill. GOP Senator John Barrasso says Democrats are trying to reach into the government till before the pandemic winds down.
It is so much unrelated to coronavirus, and the Democrats seem to be rushing to do this.
The Senate version does not include a $15 minimum wage and narrows eligibility for the $1,400 stimulus checks. Dave?
Rachel, there's an update to the COVID nursing home death controversy in New York. Reports that Governor Cuomo's administration altered the numbers.
A July report focused only on residents who died inside long-term care facilities, leaving out those who had died in hospitals. As a result, it said 6,432 nursing home residents had died, but the initial version reported nearly 10,000 deaths. The Wall Street Journal writing, quote, "The changes Mr. Cuomo's aides and health officials made to the nursing home report, which hadn't been previously disclosed, revealed that the state possessed a fuller accounting of out-of-facility nursing home deaths as early as the summer."
Fox's Carly Shimkus, a Cuomo advisor, says the data was omitted because it wasn't adequately verified. This is a first. The Pope is in Iraq. Arriving this morning to banners and billboards in Baghdad greeting him, Pope Francis will urge Christians in Iraq not to leave. His visit just days after another rocket attack targeting U.S. troops there. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Friday morning. We're watching a crash in Lehigh Acres right now off of Blackstone Drive and State Road 82. No injuries or roadblock, but seeing some slight delays heading in the eastbound direction right now from Alabama Road past that crash scene. So watch out for some slight slowdown. 75 and 41 running up to speed. And we're not dealing with any crashes right now in Collier or Charlotte counties. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, a cool morning and a warm afternoon. Beautiful weather, though, with plenty of sunshine, few passing high clouds, high temperatures near 80 degrees. Please plan accordingly. Keep the umbrella handy for your Saturday, where we will see areas of rain and potentially a few storms pass by, especially during the afternoon and evening. High temperatures only in the mid to upper 70s. Weather gets better, though. The sunnier day will be on Sunday as drier air moves in. Highs only in the mid-70s with breezy weather all the way into Monday, as we gradually will see a warming trend for next week. And in fact, by the following weekend, sunshine and temps well into the 80s. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Plug into the power. 92.5 Fox News.
Trust all along. Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com. Don't forget the dash.
Hi, this is Keith, the owner of Storm Shield Windows in North Fort Myers, and Storm Shield wants you to be prepared for the upcoming season. Global Weather Oscillations, an organization that predicts storms and hurricanes, has just been cited as the most accurate in storm forecasting by the media. Professor David Dilley, senior forecaster for Global Weather Oscillations, says that GWO's Climate Pulse technology model indicates that some regions of the United States have entered or will be entering the most dangerous hurricane landfall cycle in 70 years.
The experience with their product was great. We went through the storm. We didn't have to rush around and get plywood. We didn't have to put up shutters. It wasn't loud. It wasn't scary. There was no noise at all. We could see outside the whole time. We felt safe. And I just can't thank Storm Shield enough for the quality of their product and the peace of mind and security that it gave my family and me through the storm.
Enjoy the peace of mind, safety, and security that Storm Shield Hurricane Windows and Doors will add to your home. Call Storm Shield for a free in-home estimate today at 239-491-7000. 491-7002.
License number CGCA 60475.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
At FPL, we're always looking the future straight in the eye. When the future said cut back on foreign oil, we made way for clean, American-made natural gas. And when the future said we need more clean energy, we said, how about 30 million solar panels by 2030? And when it said we need zero carbon emissions, we said, okay, how about green hydrogen? That's energy made from water. We're planning, preparing, and investing because Florida deserves an energy future we can depend on. See how at fpl.com/value.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, everybody, and good morning live. You can see the crowd. I don't know if you can hear them, but you can see if you're watching at drewsteele.com. You can see the crowd at Oaks Farm Seed to Table this morning at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee. In North Naples, Seed to Table. We do appreciate everybody being here live with us. You can watch drewsteele.com, the website. Just go there and watch the show live, and we appreciate you doing that as well. And, of course, anytime you want to call or text 239-479-5592. We still have the cameraman doing okay. You're on the showing how beautiful the fruits and vegetables, as my mother would say. That is some fresh vegetable. I'll bet you the fish is so fresh. The fish is absolutely the freshest. It's so moist. It's a very moist fish. That's what my mother says. And if my mother's listening right now, I love you. And I can still come over for Christmas, right? I'm just making sure. You never know. So we're panning around, showing a little bit of the crowd here. We got kids who are. You see, the kids. Show the kids. The kids are learning today. See, we before school starts, we're getting a civics lesson. We're getting a little bit of a lesson on all kinds of things today. Isn't that right, kids? Right? Give the camera a thumbs up. There you go. Thumbs up for the camera. And then show some more of the crowd over there as we're at Oaks Farm Seed to Table. Some thumbs up from the crowd, and we always appreciate that. And there you go. All right. See, look at all the. All right. Beautiful. So thank you for the thumbs up. All right. Everybody's enjoying their breakfast. Everybody's enjoying. All right. Just making sure. Of course you are. See the table. That's how it works. All right. A couple of things we want to remind you of. You have plenty of time. We're here till 9 o'clock, so anytime you want to stop by, we would love to see you. And a couple of other things. It feels like, and I mentioned this. All right. Is everybody ready? I had you queued up for this. You ready? It feels like the tide is turning when it comes to lockdowns in this country, everybody. Thank you. Okay. Cameraman, I need you to show the crowd. She's not listening. I wanted you to show the crowd, not me, the crowd, because I did this whole on-air queuing them up for this moment, and we can't get that moment back. That was spontaneous. It's possible that the lockdowns in this country, everybody, the tide is turning, everyone, everywhere. All right, never mind. I tried. All right, what am I talking about? All right, it took an entire year, but it looks like lockdowns and mask mandates are officially incredibly unpopular with half of the country, to the point that governors are rapidly making sweeping changes to their year-long COVID-19 policies. You had Governor Abbott, that everybody knows in Texas, who decided to let everybody know the other day that 100% business is open next week and no mask mandates. Those are gone. Tate Reeves in Mississippi doing the same thing. Newly elected Montana Governor Greg Gianforte ends state mask mandates. It's nice that they started to recognize the science, everybody. Isn't that wonderful? Sometimes it's okay. A little late, but, it happens. On February 8th, Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds lifted Iowa's statewide mask mandates, along with several other restrictions. On February 22nd, North Dakota took it a step further. Its legislative body took the bold steps in voting to make mask mandates illegal. Voted to make mask mandates illegal. How about that? And March 2nd, there are now 16 states that no longer have statewide mask orders. Now, I know that there are some that freak out about this. And here's the thing. Let's remember this. If you feel like you're somebody who is concerned about a comorbidity that you have that nobody else knows, and you feel like the mask is good for you, and this is something that you want to wear, by all means, if you want to do this, this is your liberties and your freedom speaking. And it is as an individual. Remember the time when we cared about individuals, individual liberty, individual freedom? Remember that, as opposed to big government that tells us everything that we need to do and can do and we're allowed to do. And that's the whole idea here. If we can focus on that and understand that this is about individual freedom and liberty, if we can focus on that, then everybody would be just fine, I think. Because we're not telling you not to. If you want to, go right ahead. But we just don't want a federal government. We don't want a state government mandating. Quite honestly, we don't even want local officials. Just look at the door here at Seed the Table, and you might recognize some of the faces and understand how we care about these things. Because, as I mentioned a month ago, the science and the data, especially here in Collier County, doesn't match up with what we have been told is happening. It's just not. And people across the country now have had enough. It's time to get back to not just some sense of normalcy, but normalcy. When people talk about minimum $15 an hour wage, where, I mean, if you were to ask me, there should be a $0 minimum hour wage. We should have everybody working. We should be able to have individuals working and let employers and employees decide what that wage will be. What it is your worth will depend on what that job is, your skill level, and how much you are willing to work and to what degree. We don't need minimum wages. What we need is, especially now with a $15 minimum wage, we need to get back to work. We need to get back to work. We need to get back to work when it comes to COVID-19 stimulus packages, where 9% of the package is going towards helping families. Unless, of course, you're making less than $80,000, and apparently, no, we don't even have to know what your life has been like making less than $80,000. You're not getting any stimmy. So forget it. Don't even ask for the stimmy. You're not getting any because, that's what we're doing right now. We pick winners and losers. Is that how that goes? I mean, you don't even know my life as somebody who's making more than, maybe I'm making $81,500, and I'm really stressed out, and I've been having some serious issues, but, I don't get any stimmy. But, we pick the winners and losers. No, that, you see, it is amazing how, and kids, this is a valuable lesson for you. Are you listening? Can we focus on the kids for a second? Let's get the camera back on the kids. Here we go. All right, so kid. Okay, there they are. Enjoying some. Oh, somebody has, and one of the kids has a straw with a beverage. That's kind of cool. I like that. I don't know if that was a shake. Anybody have shakes? It is amazing. I don't know about anybody else's kids or you growing up, but I can tell you, my son can eat things in the morning that should not be humanly allowed for morning food. Does anybody ever notice that? The kids have the most unusual things. Like, you can't eat that leftover steak with all the spicy stuff that my wife made. Actually, that looks pretty good. Can you share that with me? I mean, I'm going to be honest. I get up really, really early. So for me, 9 o'clock in the morning is lunch. But that's a whole other topic. But a valuable lesson. See, this is what government does, kids. Government, look at, they're all sitting around. This is fun. I wish I had some music. All right, gather around, kids. Here's the lesson. Are you ready? Government comes along, and they tell us what we can't do. This place that we don't know and we can't see because we haven't had a chance to visit yet because we're not allowed to get in planes or cars or anything else. But we're getting there. And then the double and triple masking. Don't you love is it fun to wear 4 or 5 masks when you're at school? You enjoy that? Does the idea of doing that make you happy? Makes you sad, right? I'm not about making you sad. Uncle Drew is the happy guy, okay? You can call me Uncle Drew today if you want. Okay, so here's what happens. Government comes along and they tell us what we can't do. And then they take things away from us. And then all of a sudden, things get bad. And then when things get bad, guess what they do? They fix it. They come along and they fix the things that they made bad. Does that sound like a good idea or a bad idea? Because they're like, you're right. You're looking at me and saying, Uncle Drew, hey, I got an idea. If they didn't do things really bad to start with, then maybe they wouldn't have to fix the bad things that they did, right? How many of you are saying that, kids, right? Right? Are you saying that? Let's get the kid, right? Isn't that what you're saying? The kids are saying this. That wasn't my voice in a high-pitched voice. That was the kids. That's how loud they are. Kids are loud at this hour of the morning. Where is this show gone? I have no. It's about the kids. And by the way, if I were ever to run for office, my slogan is going to be, I believe that the children are our future, so teach them right and let them lead the way. All right, it just came off the top of my head and nobody's with me. All right, anybody understand? Nobody knew okay, forget it. You know in your head when sometimes you think something's really funny and then you say it and then you think to yourself it wasn't as funny as it was in your head? That was one of those moments. So kids, a valuable lesson for you. Don't do what Uncle Drew just did. All right, moving on from Uncle Drew and the kids onto other things. Okay, so there we go. It looks as if finally people are starting to look at the science and the data, go figure. And there are states that are saying enough is enough, which would lead you to believe that it's really not the states, the governments that are saying enough is enough, but it's the people in the states that have said enough is enough. And so when we talk about, for example, what I brought up earlier this morning when we first started here at Oaks Farm Seed to Table this morning live at Livingston and Immokalee Road in North Naples. Come visit, grab a coffee, grab breakfast. Everybody is here. We're live. As we talked about that article in New York Magazine where they were interviewing a reporter on the left who was saying, look, all the science and data, I keep saying science and data, all the numbers are starting to come out now, and we're starting to see more and more that the 75 million people that voted for Donald Trump was not just Trump supporters in the GOP. It was Democrats who came over from the Democrat Party, the hardworking men and women, the middle class, the working class, not even middle class, the working class in this country, who was saying, hey, you know what? I like what he's doing. I like what he's saying. I like the fact that he is for us. And I'm starting to see tangible results from this president's policies. And I want to go with that guy, even though I'm a Democrat. That, my friends, is a dirty little secret that Democrats do not want you to know. The last thing in the world they want you to know right now is that what's happening is Democrats looked at the policies of the former president and said, that guy is for me, and it's working, and I can feel it. It's tangible. So before you decide, everybody who's listening and watching at drewsteele.com, that you're ready to dismiss the former president Donald Trump from the Republican Party, that it's time we just let it go. You know, like the song, Let It Go. Yeah, the kids know, right? Let It Go. It's a big song, right? It's Frozen, right, Uncle Drew? Yeah, that's right. It's right. Before we decide to let the former president go, you might want to hold off a second, because it appears as if the policies of the former president were pretty darn good. Good enough. Darn, by the way, that is about as that's a tough word for me, darn. Pretty darn good. To the point where I started to see tangibly what happened, and as a Democrat, I'm starting to think that maybe he would have been a better choice than Joe Biden. I'm just saying, especially some of the things that are going on right now. Now, I brought this up earlier, and I wanted to mention this again. Nancy Pelosi, who had that really fun audio piece that we played a little earlier that was a little creepy even for Nancy Pelosi.
In order to open these doors, we do not say open sesame. We say open Biden. That's our magic word. Open Biden. I love it.
I don't. But anyway, so Nancy Pelosi was saying, you know, it's an insurrection. It's really bad, calling the Capitol riot an armed insurrection. An armed insurrection. Well, the FBI had other things to say about it, and thanks to Senator Ron Johnson, we had a chance to hear about that, a hearing yesterday on Capitol Hill and the Capitol Hill riot, and Senator Ron Johnson asked the FBI, can I ask a question that maybe nobody is asking? And I want you to listen to this, everybody, because this is very important. How many of you that are watching, that are here at Oaks Farm Seed to Table or listening to the sound of my voice, how many of you at one point or another had heard that, as awful, and nobody is denying the things that happened at the Capitol were awful, we're not saying that, but how many of you heard that it was an armed insurrection? Armed insurrection, raise your hands, okay? You can see, there you go, lots of hands raised. Okay, armed insurrection. Well, when is an armed insurrection not an armed insurrection? It's not an armed insurrection when there are no arms. Is that what happened? Listen to this. This is very telling, everybody.
Took that day, definitely.
Listen.
Very.
How many firearms were confiscated in the Capitol or on Capitol grounds during that day?
To my knowledge, we have not recovered any on that day from any other arrests at the scene at this point. But I don't want to speak on behalf of Metro and Capitol Police, but to my knowledge, none.
So,
okay. That's a DHS official there. I'm sorry, not a DHS official. That is the assistant director of the FBI's counterintelligence, who said there were no firearms confiscated at the armed insurrection. How many of you would be willing to do an armed insurrection with no arms to speak of? Would you, if somebody said, hey, we're going to do an armed insurrection and we're going in with bow ties and flowers? Everybody ready for that? Who's with me? How many? I apologize if there are people that enjoy bow ties and flowers, and I'm not insulting you. I like bow ties, but yeah. So how's an armed insurrection a not armed insurrection when there are no arms found? That's a really critical piece that's missing. Is it just me? Maybe it is. Maybe I'm missing something, but that seems like a critical piece if you're trying to make the case.
Nobody's been charged with an actual firearm weapon. in the Capitol or on Capitol grounds?
Correct. The closest we came was the vehicle that had the Molotov cocktails in it, and when we did a search of that vehicle later on, there was a weapon. But
How many shots were fired that we know of?
I believe the only shots that were fired were the ones that resulted in the death of the one lady.
No shots fired, no firearms, nothing there on Capitol grounds, but yet it's an armed insurrection. I'm just asking, hey, we allowed to talk about this? Can we ask? Is this something that we're allowed to talk about? I'm just asking because I think we have a problem here. We have a problem with communication, or maybe we don't have a problem with communication. Maybe there's something else going on here. And I just want to make sure that as we move forward, and thanks to people like Senator Ron Johnson, who decided to ask these very critical questions of the Assistant Director of the FBI's Counterintelligence Division, because nobody would be asking this question. We would still be hearing the narrative being pushed that it was an armed insurrection, and all it turned out to be was, as bad as it was, and again, we're not saying it wasn't bad, we're not saying it were kids, we're not saying it wasn't wrong, it was wrong what they did, that's not what we're saying. But there's a big difference between an armed insurrection. We need razor wire around Washington, D.C. We need National Guard troops that the president said, hey, we should probably have the troops there. I'm going to allow you to have 10,000 troops, only to have others, like Nancy Pelosi, say, nah, we'll get back to you. Excuse me? And intelligence that we're finding out was there before that something was going to go down on January 6th. But we're told that it's the president of the United States at the time who was the one who was inciting the mob, Liz Cheney. Inciting the mob, Liz Cheney. Inciting the mob. Like it was he who did it at that moment in time. But there's intelligence that said, no, it was pre-planned. These are things we need to know. And yet, somehow, we're not allowed to talk about this. We just have to run with the narrative. And I'm here to tell you, no, you don't. No, you don't. You are allowed to ask questions. You're allowed to find out through hearings what's going on. And we're allowed to get to the truth. And once we get to more of what actually happened, then we have our own narrative. And the narrative is, listen, we've got some people in this country and people in Washington, D.C. that we have real questions about where their loyalty is and what they're trying to do. And it appears as if there are some who would do things and approach what happened with the former president and January 6th and Trump supporters and the Republican Party and conservatives and pro-life people. And I can go on and on and on, that they've decided that, no, this country is not for you. And we're going to change things fundamentally. Anybody remember the word fundamentally? Seems like that's getting tossed around a lot too lately. And I'm here to tell you that there is more people in this country than you that are saying, no, we enjoy our liberties, we enjoy our freedoms, and we're not going anywhere. We have a lot of questions. Amen? Amen. Okay. All right. On that, we should take a break as we pan around the room live from Oaks Farm Seed to Table right here in beautiful North Naples at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Roads. Come join us, grab a cup of coffee, grab breakfast. We would love to see you this morning. Come on down. It is Drew Steele and Daybreak 92.5 Fox News right all along.
92.5 Fox News.
Good Friday morning. We're watching a crash right now along State Road 82 at Grand Boulevard. No injuries or roadblock, but that is causing just a little bit of a slowdown right now off that Alabama Road intersection. You got several law enforcement vehicles on scene, so be cautious out there. State Road 82 slowing down closer to Gunnery Road. Daniels Parkway, very slow moving westbound approaching Gateway Boulevard and westbound approaching Tree Line because of a crash at Daniels and Tree Line. So watch out for stop and go traffic in that area westbound. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For your Friday, mostly sunny, highs near 80. We will be at 76 for your Saturday, passing areas of rain and a few storms, especially by the second half of the day. And then for your Sunday, improving, mostly sunny, breezy, high temperature of 75. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Drive the lefties at work crazy with the facts. Get up to speed mornings with Drew Steele. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's financial planner For experience, advice on planning for retirement, visit savingtheinvestor.com.
Is your car a 2012 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it? Would you rather be driving a brand new Nissan equipped with all the latest technology and safety features? Hey, Aaron Walker here from Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2012 or newer, yes, a 2012 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, we'll give you the original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Bring us that old Chevy, Honda, Toyota, Ford. We don't care where you bought it from. We don't care if you bought it new or used. Go to NaplesNissan.com. Pick out your favorite new Nissan model with Bluetooth, backup camera, and that new car smell. You can have it all today after we pay you what you paid for your trade-in. Don't wait. Get full details at NaplesNissan.com. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Hey, Southwest Florida. It's your friend Tyler McCluskey here, coming to you from 92.5 Fox News. Again, we're just promoting our brand new show, The Tyler McCluskey Show, every Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on 92.5 Fox News. Every week, we're going to have a new guest on, local businesses, helping you grow, everything that you need to know, the insurance space, mortgages, real estate. Please visit our website at www.tylermccluskey.com and tune in this Saturday at 11 a.m. on 92.5 Fox News.
The Florida Conservative PC, in association with the Red Bill Roadshow, welcomes Lieutenant General Michael Flynn Thursday, March 11th for a day of celebrating Southwest Florida veterans and fundraising. The veterans-only luncheon is $75, including a message from General Flynn. The evening event begins at 6 p.m. and includes a silent auction, live music, and a photo op with General Flynn. General seating tickets start at just $50 and are available online at thefloridaconservative.com.
Paid for in a booth by the Florida Conservative PC, 133 Harbor Drive, Venice, Florida, 34285.
The Mega Mall meat sale in Fort Myers and Port Charlotte right now for a limited time. Hurry now. 20 ribeyes for $30. EBT, credit cards, debit cards, all payments accepted. Last chance to compare 5-star steaks to Omaha Steak Box steak deals and save on the ribeyes. 20 ribeyes for $30. Look for the big tent at Edison Mall at the Cleveland Road entrance. Also look for the big truck at the Port Charlotte Town Center in the JCPenney parking lot behind Red Lobster. Also on the big truck, crazy deals on premium steak, pork, seafood, and gourmet chicken breast. Everything must go. It's a truckload meat mania sale. Look for the big tent at the Edison Mall at the Cleveland Road entrance. Also look for the big truck at the Port Charlotte Town Center in the JCPenney parking lot behind Red Lobster. Crazy deals on Kansas City strips, fillets, bacon wrap fillets, mega ribeyes, and get 20 ribeyes for $30. The Mega Mall meat sale going on now at Edison Mall in Port Charlotte Town Center. Don't wait.
Hi, Michael Crothers, owner of Pure Air Conditioning. Now that our economy is reopened and to help the community, we've decided to offer a safe $29 AC maintenance. All Pure Air employees are supplied with gloves, foot coverings, and KN95 masks for your and their protection. Find us online at getpureair.com to schedule your safe $29 AC maintenance. Join me every Saturday at 11:30 a.m. for the Get Pure Air radio show. I'll be talking about everything from air conditioning maintenance to troubleshooting tips.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune in to WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney, Saturdays at 6 a.m., Sundays at 9 a.m., right here on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Hey, this is Papa announcing our newest Snowbird protection plan. If you leave Florida each year, we can take care of your roof while you're away. If you leave and later discover you have a roof problem, simply notify us and we can fix it while you're gone. We will send you before and after pictures, and you can pay us by credit card. As always, we offer our free tile roof inspection. If we find needed repairs, we'll make it affordable. We have 2 warehouses filled with the obsolete tiles, and likely we can make a matching replacement to make your roof tile look new and clean. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, we thank all of you for supporting our family business for over 30 years. My sons have adopted my old-fashioned ideas: be honest, do a good job, make the customer happy. Our phone number is easy to remember. It's just 4 numbers, 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Area code 239-945-2700. License number CCC 132-6213.
Half haircuts? Oops, not a good deal. Half off new Nissans. That's absolutely amazing. Now through Sunday only, it's the 50% off event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Take 50% off the MSRP on new Nissans. You pay just half the price. It's so easy to save more than ever. Shop the biggest selection of new Nissans at Florida's big #1 Nissan dealer. Find the exact one you want. Look at the MSRP. Divide by 2. That's the price. Then when your price is cut in half, your payments get cut in half too. You could pay 50% less every month for your new Nissan. So while half home renovations isn't the best idea, half off new Nissans is. This event is through 7 p.m. Sunday only, exclusively at Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral and Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers. Nobody sells for less than Florida's #1 Nissan dealer. So if it doesn't say Sutherland, you paid too much.
See dealer for details.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News traffic.
Good Friday morning. We're watching a crash right now along State Road 82 at Grand Boulevard. No injuries or roadblocks, but that is causing just a little bit of a slowdown right now off that Alabama Road intersection. You got several law enforcement vehicles on scene, so be cautious out there. State Road 82 slowing down closer to Gunnery Road. Daniels Parkway, very slow moving westbound approaching Gateway Boulevard and westbound approaching Tree Line because of a crash at Daniels and Tree Line. So watch out for stop and go traffic in that area westbound. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, a cool morning and a warm afternoon. Beautiful weather, though, with plenty of sunshine, few passing high clouds, high temperatures near 80 degrees. Please plan accordingly. Keep the umbrella handy for your Saturday, where we will see areas of rain and potentially a few storms pass by, especially during the afternoon and evening. High temperatures only in the mid to upper 70s. Weather gets better, though. The sunnier day will be on Sunday as drier air moves in. Highs only in the mid-70s with breezy weather all the way into Monday, as we gradually will see a warming trend for next week. And in fact, by the following weekend, sunshine and temps well into the 80s. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Tougher than plastic, harder than wood. Nothing beats the power of steel. Drew Steel, weekday mornings at 6 on 92.5 Fox News.
Hello, Florida. This is Representative Bob Rommel with this week's Interesting Florida Fact. Today, we completed our first week of the 2021 legislative session. Florida's first legislative session began in May of 1845, and Florida's first Speaker of the House was Hugh Archer of Tallahassee. Florida's legislature is made up of a state Senate with 40 seats and a state House with 120 seats. And Florida's legislature is just one of 15 in the country with constitutional term limits. No legislator can serve in the House or Senate for more than 8 consecutive years. That keeps the special interest from getting too much power, and it keeps government accountable. Washington should learn from Florida. Term limits for Congress would be a great way to drain the swamp. Florida's legislative term limits and no income tax. Let's keep it that way. Paid by Bob Rommel, Republican for State Representative.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
True relief.
for back and neck pain.
Are you driving down the road right now with back or neck pain or pain into your arms or legs? Maybe your struggle is getting out of your bed or chair. Maybe you get weakness when you put weight on your leg or swing your golf club. It's time you address this problem once and for all. At Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, these are the conditions that we treat every day, except we treat the root of the problem. No injections or pain meds. Non-surgical spinal decompression, recognized around the country for incredible statistical results for long-term pain relief. Break the cycle of pain from sciatica, stenosis, neuropathy, arthritis, or car accidents. Non-surgical spinal decompression can get your life back. Spinal decompression is safe and comfortable for any age and doesn't involve any hanging upside down. Don't hurt anymore when the answer is only a phone call away. Call our Medicare-friendly office, Johnston Spinal Care, for a free telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Dr. Svetlana Kogan here, a board-certified internal medicine concierge physician on 5th Avenue South in Naples. Many of you wonder what holistic practice is. Well, good health is like a puzzle. It depends on how you perceive yourself, your environment, what you eat, your relationships, and lifestyle. It takes time and skill for the doctor to put these pieces of the puzzle together for you and come up with solutions customized to your specific needs. Holistic doctors believe that less medication is better and use preventive approach to keep you out of harm's way. This is also a concierge practice. Every patient gets my email and cell phone for emergencies and can be seen the same day if necessary. You are seen by me personally, and we take all the time that you need. You can visit my website, customlongevity.com. That's customlongevity.com to learn about how I, Dr. Svetlana Kogan, can help you feel healthy and balanced again.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, everybody, we are live. We are live right now at Oaks Farm Seed to Table in beautiful North Naples as we have a growing crowd. We appreciate it. Wait, can you see them? Let me see if drewsteele.com. If you go to the website, you can see everybody hanging out, having breakfast. They open an hour early. We're here till 9. Come over, join us. We've got all kinds of all ages. It's an all ages show, everybody, and that's how we do this all the time. So come down. You can grab yourself some breakfast, grab coffee, and enjoy all the great things that Oaks Farm Seed to Table has to offer, live entertainment and so much more. And if you've never been here, I'm telling you, once you experience Seed to Table, everything just changes. Your life changes, and it's literally life-changing. It is. In a lot of different ways, especially when it comes to mask mandates and how if you really want to know where ground zero is of where everything begins with liberty and freedom and how people understand the science and the data and really what is and isn't when it comes to the county. Look, it's the place to be. There's no doubt about it. As more and more people are starting to realize that the time has come to dramatically roll it back. Look at this story from the Daily Wire. Democrat governor. Can I say that again? Democrat governor dramatically rolls back coronavirus restrictions after Joe Biden attacked Republicans for similar moves. Well, wait a minute. How does that work? Hey, let's start from the beginning. I guess there are a lot of people that are here in the country that that can trace their roots back to Neanderthals, and there are a lot of Neanderthals, and it's interesting how that works. And it's something that Joe Biden mentioned just the other day. You know, how could you do this, Texas and Mississippi? You'd have to be a Neanderthal, like he's doing like an insurance commercial or something. You know, it's so easy that the Neanderthals can do it or not do it, or the case may be. And so he made the interesting comment that you're a Neanderthal for not following the science and the data until you follow the science and the data. And you find out it's quite the opposite. It's actually possibly the other way around, but we haven't called anybody any names. So now you have the famous Jen Psaki. Everybody knows Jen Psaki, right? White House Press Secretary Jane Psaki, who we all know. Jen Psaki is the Circle Back girl. That's why we have songs about it, right? It's just, here we go.
I hate to disappoint you, but I will have to circle back with you on that as well. Circle back. circle back?
Yeah, she's the Circle Back Girl. Remember, all the kids know the song, Circle Back Girl. So Jen Psaki was asked about this. You had to figure it was going to happen sooner or later. The White House press briefing on Thursday, and Jen Psaki is trying to figure out, okay, if Joe Biden, who's telling everybody we need unity in this country, decides that anybody who would do something like embrace liberty and freedom, even if it's a little late. I mean, if we're going to be honest, can we be honest? Does everybody like honesty? Everybody likes honesty, right? If we're going to be honest, it's nice that the Texas governor decided that he was going to lift the business restrictions. 100% of the businesses open next week, and getting rid of the mask mandates. But then there's also the question of, hey, you started by doing that. We didn't do that here in the state, but he did do that. But at least he came around and decided that now it's a bad thing. So you have Texas and Mississippi. And so Jen Psaki now is asked about that. And how do you kind of spin your way out of this if you're Jen Psaki? How does she do it? Let's see if we can play some of the audio. Jen Psaki spinning out of the Neanderthal thing here. Here we go.
The governor of Mississippi has responded to the president's comments yesterday, and he seems to have taken offense at some of the president's language.
He seems to. The governor seemed to have taken some offense, everybody, with some of the language. You know, like being called a Neanderthal for caring about liberty and freedom and looking at science and everything. Yeah, they might care a little bit.
He says Mississippi handlers, I just think we should trust Americans and not insult them. He's making an argument that this is really about personal liberty here.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what he's thinking. It is about personal liberty. I think we know something about that here at Seed to Table. That's right.
Does the president have any second thoughts about the language that he used yesterday? And how does comparing someone to a Neanderthal help convince them to change course and get on board with your public health message?
Yeah, how do you do that? If you're trying to project a public health message and you're the president of the United States, Joe Biden, and you're in the basement and you're like, hey, you guys, I think this would be a good... Actually, it's not Joe Biden suggesting to others from the basement that this would be a good idea. It's actually people telling him in the basement what they're going to do. And so somehow Joe Biden decided he was going to call the governors Neanderthals. And one reporter is asking, so how is that good? How do you have unity if you're telling everybody that if you're not doing the policies that you believe should be done of the Dr. Fauci, who we have a lot of questions, you know, masks are good, then they're bad, then they're good, then they're bad, and 3 masks and 10 masks. Hey, how many masks can you wear at once? Hey, are you alive? Are you okay? Is everything? Wake up, son, wake up. No, so how do you do that? And here's Jen Psaki spinning out of it.
The behavior of a Neanderthal. Just
it's the behavior of a... Wait a minute. So Jen Psaki's way to spin out of Joe Biden saying that Texas and Mississippi, the governors, are like Neanderthals. No, he wasn't calling them Neanderthals. No. That it's the actions. It's the...
of a Neanderthal.
Yeah, no, they were acting like... Is that what she said?
Get on board with your public health message.
The behavior.
It's a behavior. They were acting like... I didn't call them Neanderthals. They were behaving like... Okay, good.
Neanderthal.
Got
Just
it.
to be very clear, the behavior of. Look, I think the president, what everybody saw yesterday was a reflection of his frustration.
Yeah, I don't care what she says. Okay, so there's a little bit of Jen Psaki trying to spin out of it, but does anybody care? Does it even make a difference? Do the best that you can. Try to spin out of it, but you can't. Because everybody knows what is going on. And you even have Democrat governors. Connecticut Governor Ned Lamont. The numbers in Connecticut have been pretty good when it comes to cases of COVID and the like, and the numbers that are there, and the hospitalizations, and how it is not a threat to hospitals as far as overcrowding of hospitals. So the Connecticut governor, the Democrat Ned Lamont, said that his state's going to soon be making significant reductions to restrictions that the state implemented in an attempt to limit the spread of the virus. And so there's going to be some changes there. And I guess, why do you look, again, if you're the governor of Florida or if you're the governor of any other state, and decide that due to the science and the data that you're going to recognize, that ultimately you're going to make a different decision, as opposed to New York and California? What is it about New York and California? What is it about Gavin Mussolini that makes you think that the good idea would be to not only double down, but triple down? He's telling everybody not only will there not be a taking away of mask mandates in California, but now he's calling for double masking in California. So Californiaites, you get the opportunity to have a governor who is now this close, my fingers are thinly spread apart if you're watching on drewsteele.com, to being recalled, that we're going to double mask in the state of California because socialism or communism or something like that. I don't know, whatever they do in California. Who even knows anymore? It was a beautiful place at one point. And now people are saying, hey, is there a way that it can drift into the ocean? That's okay. They can do their own thing. But there you go. So double and triple masking, that's what they're thinking about. But, of course, we're the bad guys. We're the ones that are doing everything wrong here in the state of Florida. 239-479-5592. All right, I'm wondering whether or not I want to – I'm going to get to this story now because I teased it before, and I don't want to wait too long. But, you're starting to hear now that in Washington, D.C., where we were worried about not only the January 6th armed insurrection that we come to find out yesterday was not an armed insurrection at all. There were no arms. So how do you call an armed insurrection when there's no arms? All there is a guy with a Viking hat and a couple of people that did some awful things doing what they did and the incursion into the Capitol. But at the same time, let's be honest about what was and was not happening, which we're starting to find out more information about thanks to people like Senator Ron Johnson. But now we're starting to hear some other things about what is going on with D.C. March 4th, the insurrection there, the March 4th insurrection that the media was hyping up. And reporters were all over the place at March 4th. This was going to be the moment in time, everybody. This is going to be something that's really bad. We got to have the razor wire up until you find out what? That there was no March 4th insurrection, that nothing happened. There was nothing going on. Here's a headline from the Washington Post. At the Capitol, a March 4th threat from militant Trump supporters. Can I say that again? At the Capitol, a March 4th threat from militant Trump supporters proves a mirage. That's the Washington Post. A mirage. Really. But they were lucky enough and gracious enough to throw the militant Trump supporters in there, which basically, if it's the Washington Post, that's all of you. You realize you're all militant Trump supporters, every single one of you, just for voting for him. That's how that works. It's the media narrative. That's how they do this. So what do we do next? Well, I'm trying to see where. Oh, here it is. Okay. So, funny enough, you have some Twitter accounts that have been following this, and Jack Posobiec is one of them that has been following this story. And guess what? There's now intelligence, everybody. I use the air quotes if you're watching at drewsteele.com. According to Jack Posobiec, we have some intelligence that the coup didn't happen yesterday. This QAnon coup. By the way, how many people in your sphere of influence? How many people in your neighborhoods know? If you were to say, "Hey, do you know about QAnon?" How many people would say, "Yes, I do," and can fill you in on what QAnon is? Does anybody? Yes or no? Raise your hands. How many people have people that know what QAnon is? Raise your hand. There is not one single hand going up. Do you realize what they're doing? Nobody talks about QAnon. Nobody's discussing this. The media is bringing this up. This is that Washington Post, the mirage. That's what this all is. It's all a mirage. They're hyping up these groups that are not anywhere near as big in real life as their imagination because they want to make you all look bad. But according to Jack Posobiec, new intelligence, you ready for this? Yeah, it didn't happen yesterday. Guess why? Because they're talking about it on March 20th. Or maybe April 15th, or maybe a randomly selected day every month until the end of time. Do you see what's happening and the point that he's trying to make? And it's this, everybody, that it didn't happen yesterday. It may happen the day a week later. It may happen a month later after that. And they want to continue to come up with dates that we're going to hear about the quote-unquote intelligence that we're not actually going to see, but we're going to hear it from the experts and the people that we trust, the air quotes, that are telling us that there's intelligence out there. And so they have no intentions of getting rid of the razor wire around Washington, D.C. They have no intention of getting rid of the National Guard. Why? Because the left in this country wants to keep everybody frothy. They want to keep everybody frothy on the left because it's the only thing that they can do right now. We can't focus on the policies of like H.R. 1, where they're literally trying to destroy the election process in this country as they've passed H.R. 1, something that would be so horrific to the election process in this country and would guarantee and ensure Democrats victories and money and power for a very long time. House Bill 1280, talking about defunding the police, which we're going to get to in just a minute, that they don't want to specifically get into those issues because if the American people see exactly what's going on, even the left, let me just say this, maybe not the left, but Democrats who have voted for Joe Biden, not realizing that what Republicans were telling them was going to happen is actually coming to fruition. They thought something completely different, that if they had to actually focus on the issues, it would be a problem. So what do? You keep the National Guard in Washington, D.C. You keep the razor wire in there. You keep hinting to people that there might be an insurrection any day now. There's intelligence that's showing that we're going to have this insurrection just to keep the left frothy. And that's what they end up doing. And it's nonstop. I'm looking at this here. This is The Hill. The Hill has a picture of Representative Al Green, Democrat of Texas, who's sitting on the steps of the Capitol. It's a picture of him. It's the Capitol building. He's sitting on the steps of the Capitol all alone. And the headline says, exclusive, Representative Al Green, Democrat Texas, is sending a message to QAnon and right-wing extremist threats by sitting on the Capitol steps. He's brave, everybody. He's sitting on the Capitol steps. He has a message for you. That's the headline in The Hill. Do you see what they're doing? And they're going to continue to do this because they want the left to remain frothy, especially if the former president is not necessarily in the headlines. They don't want him to get too far out of the headlines because they love the clicks and they love the views. But ultimately, if he's out of the headlines, then they have to have something. And this is the kind of frothy and the kind of something that they're doing. 239-479-5592. All right, in just a couple of minutes, here's what we're going to do. When we come back, we are going to get into this topic. I skipped it again, but I'm not going to skip it this time. I want to make sure that we mention, I kind of do, but I'm not sure if we have enough time. And I got to get my questions together. Okay. Hey, Jake, do we have enough time to do a in-person Drew's College of Political Knowledge? Can we do that here? Do we have enough time if we go to break and come back? If I give somebody a microphone, can we do it? Yes or no, Jake?
Yeah, quickly.
Yes, quickly. Okay. Do you want to take a break and then come back, or do you want me to do it right now? Apparently you want to take a break. All right, we're going to play Drew's College of Political Knowledge right here at Seed to Table Live. We're going to randomly pick somebody in the audience, and then you just raise your hand, and then we'll have you come up and play. Randomly pick somebody out there. Okay, there you go. All right, so we'll get somebody, Drew's College, coming up on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, live from Oaks Farm Seed to Table, corner of Livingston and Immokalee in Naples on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Here is Teresa O'Shea. She's got your traffic.
Good Friday morning. Tracking a crash right now in Bonita Springs along 41 southbound at Pelican Landing Parkway, right near the intersection of Old 41, slowing down traffic in both directions on Pelican Landing. Also watching a crash in Lee County at Daniels and Tree Line with very slow moving traffic westbound approaching the intersection of Tree Line and then even heading toward the interstate. Daniel slowing down through Gateway as well, westbound approaching Gateway Boulevard. And in Lehigh Acres, we're watching a crash on Leonard Boulevard right off of the Gunnery Road intersection. Very slow moving eastbound and westbound. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For your Friday, mostly sunny, highs near 80. We will be at 76 for your Saturday, passing areas of rain and a few storms, especially by the second half of the day. And then for your Sunday, improving, mostly sunny, breezy, high temperature of 75. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
When you're running a business, you don't have time to worry about slow internet or confusing cybersecurity. So get fast, reliable internet from Comcast Business on the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. You can add the advanced security of Comcast Business Security Edge to help eliminate threats. And enjoy the peace of mind that comes with knowing 24/7 support is just a phone call away. Get fast internet and advanced security made simple so you can bounce forward with Comcast Business. Help your business bounce forward with an amazing offer from Comcast Business. Get started with a powerful and reliable internet and voice solution for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Plus, ask how to add Comcast Business Security Edge. Call 1-800-501-6000 today to find out more. Restrictions apply. Limited to new Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers. Early termination fee applies. Enrollment in EcoBill and AutoPay required. Security Edge available when added to Comcast Business Internet for additional monthly charge. Call for details.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. We are live from Oaks Farm Seed to Table in beautiful North Naples. The crowd indicates that we are here live. Thank you. Make sure that worked. All right. And live, who's playing? What's your name, sir?
Roy Bradley.
Roy, where are you from?
Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm a snowbird.
He's a snowbird. Cincinnati, everybody.
We won't hold that against him.
Cincinnati, home of the
Cincinnati Bengals.
Bengals, okay. Some would. There you go, Cincinnati Bengals. And the famous food that everybody knows about. The
Skyline chili.
You better believe it. There you go. I didn't realize
I'm
that.
a Skyline-aholic.
Okay, well, we can work on that. All right, it's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you're in a PhD. And here's your associate's degree question. Are you ready, Jake, with the music? And here we go, sir. All right. Who vetoes bills?
The President of the United States.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this very question. How many amendments do we have to the Constitution? How many amendments to the Constitution? Do you want multiple choice?
24.
No, there's 27. 27 amendments to the Constitution. You were close. It's the chili. You got to eat
Give him
more.
a lifeline. He can ask the kids.
No, there's no we're not doing that. It's the wrong show. All right, let's try a bachelor's on this question. Name 2 rights or freedoms from the First Amendment. Give me 2 of them.
Freedom of religion and freedom of speech.
There you go. That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We're going to see if you get a master's degree on this question. Yeah, I'm going to do this. Why not? Let's see. The Declaration of Independence. Think about the Declaration of Independence, right? What are the 3 rights that are declared in the Declaration of Independence?
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Woo! That is correct, sir. All right, well, congratulations. Can you help out?
Come on, let's hear it for Roy.
A little better than that.
I'm the smartest man on the stage.
He is the smartest man, and he came all the way from Cincinnati. He's got chili breath and everything. I mean, it's awful. No, it's not that bad.
I listen to you every day when I'm cleaning windows.
Well, thank you, sir. That's I appreciate that so much in Cincinnati. All right, well, congratulations. I think we even have a degree back there. I don't know if you have one, but we have degrees. We have degrees. We got degrees. We have actually. You better believe we have degrees. There you go. Show everybody the degree. So you see the degrees? They exist. They're real, everybody. You think we're kidding? I put my my John Hancock on there, or whatever my name is. All right. Do I hear the music, Jake? Not yet. Oh, there it is. All right. Back to see the table coming up.
92.5 Fox News.
The Mega Mall meat sale in Fort Myers and Port Charlotte right now for a limited time. Hurry now. 20 ribeyes for $30. EBT, credit cards, debit cards, all payments accepted. Last chance to compare 5-star steaks to Omaha Steak Box Steak deals and save on the ribeyes. 20 ribeyes for $30. Look for the big tent at Edison Mall at the Cleveland Road entrance. Also look for the big truck at the Port Charlotte Town Center in the JCPenney parking lot behind Red Lobster. Also on the big truck, crazy deals on premium steak, pork, seafood, and gourmet chicken breast. Everything must go. It's a truckload meat mania sale. Look for the big tent at the Edison Mall at the Cleveland Road entrance. Also look for the big truck at the Port Charlotte Town Center in the JCPenney parking lot behind Red Lobster. Crazy deals on Kansas City strips, fillets, bacon wrap fillets, mega ribeyes, and get 20 ribeyes for $30. The Mega Mall meat sale going on now at Edison Mall in Port Charlotte Town Center. Don't wait.
Minutes still matter when it comes to medical emergencies. In some cases, fast care can be life-saving, especially for heart attacks and strokes. So don't delay or be afraid to get help if you need it. Physicians Regional Healthcare System is safe and ready to care for you, with limited entry points, screening for everyone, deep cleaning, and social distancing. We're taking extra precautions to help keep you safe. Don't put off emergency care. Visit ercarephysiciansregional.com or call 911 in an emergency.
This is 92.5 Fox News. 92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
It went on and on till well after midnight. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Approved under this title or a waiver of such plan.
The entire COVID financial aid bill was read aloud, every word on all 628 pages by Republican demand.
Every Republican should vote against it. And the reason why is they completely cut us out of the process.
Senator John Thune of the GOP argued the nearly $2 trillion bill is too big, full of non-COVID spending. But Democratic Senate Leader Chuck Schumer says the Treasury Secretary and Fed Chair agree we need this.
That the economy is not yet ready to stand on its own. That our recovery is deeply uncertain. That the risk of doing little is far greater than doing too much.
Debate on the bill starts this morning, shortly after we get last month's jobs report expected to show more hiring than in January. While New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is embroiled in sexual harassment allegations, there's new information in the COVID nursing home death controversy. Fox's Tanya J. Powers live here in New York.
Dave, new reports say the actual number of people who died of COVID-19 in New York nursing homes was altered by top aides to Governor Andrew Cuomo to hide a higher number in a state health department report back in July. The reporting comes from the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times. It cites documents and anonymous sources that say the governor's team pushed state health officials to alter the public report so that only those who died inside long-term care facilities were counted, not those who became sick there and later died at a hospital. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Brooklyn and the FBI are investigating. Dave.
Tanya, State Health Department spokesman, says the data omitted had not been verified. And the report shows a Cuomo order directing COVID patients from hospitals to nursing homes did not spread the coronavirus at those facilities and drive up deaths. This says more Americans get a shot in the arm.
The U.S. has administered more than 80 million COVID vaccinations, with roughly 16% of Americans receiving at least one dose. Vaccination rates are approaching 2 million per day.
That's Jonathan Seri. America's listening to Fox News.
Presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News traffic.
Good Friday morning. Tracking a crash right now in Bonita Springs along 41 southbound at Pelican Landing Parkway, right near the intersection of Old 41, slowing down traffic in both directions on Pelican Landing. Also watching a crash in Lee County at Daniels and Tree Line with very slow moving traffic westbound approaching the intersection of Tree Line and then even heading toward the interstate. Daniel slowing down through Gateway as well, westbound approaching Gateway Boulevard. And in Lehigh Acres, we're watching a crash on Leonard Boulevard right off of the Gunnery Road intersection. Very slow moving eastbound and westbound. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, a cool morning and a warm afternoon. Beautiful weather, though, with plenty of sunshine, few passing high clouds, high temperatures near 80 degrees. Please plan accordingly. Keep the umbrella handy for your Saturday, where we will see areas of rain and potentially a few storms pass by, especially during the afternoon and evening. High temperatures only in the mid to upper 70s. Weather gets better, though. The sunnier day will be on Sunday as drier air moves in. Highs only in the mid-70s with breezy weather all the way into Monday, as we gradually will see a warming trend for next week. And in fact, by the following weekend, sunshine and temps well into the 80s. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
We need to get back to the times when you can agree to disagree and help your neighbors.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. At New South, we are determined to build the best Florida window. Energy-efficient windows that stand up to heat and hurricanes. We call it the ultimate Florida window. Factory direct and guaranteed for life. New South has installed tens of thousands of windows across the state and has been named one of the fastest growing window companies in the nation. And that is why we're New South proud.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Hi, Michael Crothers, owner of Pure Air Conditioning. Now that our economy is reopened and to help the community, we've decided to offer a safe $29 AC maintenance. All Pure Air employees are supplied with gloves, foot coverings, and KN95 masks for your and their protection. Find us online at getpureair.com to schedule your safe $29 AC maintenance. Join me every Saturday at 11:30 a.m. for the Get Pure Air radio show. I'll be talking about everything from air conditioning maintenance to troubleshooting tips.
Hey, it's Drew Steele visiting with my good friend TJ, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And, you know, TJ, we talk about core tech. A lot of people talk about core tech, but tell people and explain why so many people love their core tech floors.
Core tech is built to be waterproof, kid-proof, and pet-proof. It looks just like wood, comes anywhere from 6 inches wide to 9 inches wide, all the way up to 86 inches long. Comes in a wide variety of colors, with a bevel, without a bevel, warm tones, cool tones, any color to make your house look beautiful.
So you want to see it for yourself? Go to the Floor Meisters. You're going to really love it. 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco. Give them a call. 239-596-4964. 239-596-4964. Or on the web at floormeisters.com.
Why wait for so-called one-time refund relief from big insurance companies when you can get the best prices and coverages all day, every day, all year round from Chapman Insurance Group? Hi, this is Brian Chapman, and my team is committed to finding you the most efficient coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
Got mold?
In your house?
What do I do now?
Call 239-936-1033.
Call Fire Service, your disaster response friends.
From 92.5 Fox News.
This is what Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida, Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. We are so glad that you are joining us today. As you can tell and you can hear from the crowd, we are live at Oaks Farm Seed to Table in beautiful North Naples, right at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road. And come on down in case you don't know a whole lot about Seed to Table. It'll change your life. The store, everything here, fresh, made from scratch, the largest selection of fresh produce, 100 different items directly from the farms, Captain Jerry's Seafood, delivering the freshest seafood, the best selection locally owned by our good friend Alfie Oaks. We love Alfie Oaks. We love Alfie, absolutely. Somebody who knows a thing about liberty and freedom. And Braveheart Beef, top of the line, 9 places to dine, 4 different bars, live entertainment, 7 nights a week. I mean, we're talking about a place and an experience that if you have not been here, it will change you. It will change your life. It will change the way you shop. It'll just change a whole lot. And so we love being here at Oaks Farm Seed to Table. And we're here for another hour. So if you want to stop by, grab some coffee and breakfast, we would love to see you here this morning. And thanks to everyone for stopping by. And look at this, everybody. Can you make this? Can you do me a favor? I ask very little of the people that are here live at Oaks Farm Seed to Table. I don't ask a lot. I don't do a big ask. This is my big ask. Can you not hear me? You guys can't hear? All right. Do you need? How's that? Now can you hear me? Can you guys hear me better now? You all hear me better now? Is that good? Wait, up even more? Now you hear me better? Wow, how much more how's that? Is that better?
Sounds like freedom.
Okay, there you go. All right. I don't make a big ask I don't make a big ask all the time, but here's my big ask. My big ask is that you would, maybe even if you want to stand up, might be nice, to welcome the program director of 92.5 Fox News, the boss right here, John Cassio. Would you give him a nice round of applause, please?
Wow. There we go. They know a hero when they see one, Drew.
No, they do. I had to tell them to do it. It wasn't like they did it spontaneously. Let's not get carried away here, people. Okay. Anyway, good morning, John Cassio. It's great to see you.
Hi, Drew.
When John Cassio shows up on a microphone, fun comes through.
Can you talk like a kid again?
Oh, did you like that before? Were you driving in and hearing?
Yes, it was tremendous radio.
Are you?
Go ahead. Talk like a kid for everybody. We all want to hear it.
No, we don't. No, that was a one-shot deal for me. Thank you very much. Sorry about that.
That was a one-shot deal.
That's it. That's all.
That's all you get.
That
is
is
Drew
it.
talking like a kid.
I don't do that very often. So John has some headlines that he wants to present. John, see, you prep for the show the day before. You come in, you do some early prep in the morning. That's how you get prepared for all your stories. John's about the new, the fresh, what's happening. He is, sometimes he comes across a story here or there that somebody forwards him or something. So we're going to get to some of your new and fresh and hot stories this morning in just a second. But I did want to ask you this. How many of you follow the Boston Marathon? Do you know what the Boston Marathon is? Everybody knows the Boston Marathon, right? Okay. Did you know that this year they've got something that they're doing? Apparently, I guess they did it last year as well. Is it true that they're doing a virtual marathon?
So do you not have to be in Boston then?
You don't have to be in Boston.
Here's the thing about, and I'm glad you came to me, because when you think running, I'm the guy that you go to. So I really appreciate that. So here's the thing about the Boston Marathon being virtual.
Yeah.
Like here's my thing.
Yeah.
It's not the Boston Marathon.
Unless you're there.
Because you're not in Boston.
But they're giving you medals. The Boston Marathon will give you a medal if you run the 26.2. I guess is that what it is? If you run the marathon wherever you are.
So we can just run outside here and be like, look at me.
Yes, that's what I'm going to do. So my son said, hey, can I get a medal? I said, I don't know, buddy. I guess we will. So I think I'm going to have my son run in a straight line for 26 miles. I don't know, maybe. I'm trying to think of the longest. Maybe on the side of like US 41 or something. I'm not really sure. Or maybe just run in circles in the neighborhood.
What is it from downtown Fort Myers to downtown Naples?
But I'm thinking, why do we even have to prove it? If it's virtual, do I take like a shot of him running across the driveway and say he did this 26 times around in a mile around my neighborhood? Where's my medal? I mean, I don't know how they do that, but I guess.
Well, and people have cheated the Boston Marathon before, so why not now? This is the perfect opportunity.
Is that true? Have they cheated?
Of course they've cheated.
You mean like running off the course and stopping and grabbing a breakfast sandwich and then kind of running
cutting through the forest,
splashing some water on you?
Oh man, I cut off a couple of miles there.
That's not true. It might be. All right.
That's the dumbest thing that I've heard.
I know. It's one of them. All right, so.
Except Nancy Pelosi.
Okay, well, did you hear the Nancy Pelosi?
Oh, my God.
Did you put that, Seb Gorka, that he posted, did you do that?
Yes.
Okay. I'll play it again later. I'll play it for Apelka.
Open Biden.
Well, what was it about? When she said open?
I don't know what she ever talks about. She looks like Michael Jackson's mugshot.
That's not very nice. That's not nice to say about Nancy.
If you open your phone and put and open Michael Jackson's mugshot, that's Nancy Pelosi.
That's not nice.
I'm not joking. You can play
Kids,
here. You can play at home.
Kids,
feel free.
Kids, do not be like John Cassio. Listen to Uncle Drew. Do not be like John Cassio, program director of the station.
Listen, I'm not trying to knock her. All I'm saying is,
you're not.
She looks like Michael Jackson's mugshot.
All right, that's kind of true. All right, so here's the audio in case you're wondering what Nancy Pelosi said.
In order to open these doors, we do not say open sesame. We say open Biden. That's our magic word. Open Biden. I love it.
What does that mean?
Nobody knows.
Anybody here have any clue what she's talking about?
Nobody does, and you don't have to. All right, so a couple of other stories that came across that you emailed me, and I wanted to talk about it. The first one is if somebody is trying to make fun of you or tell you that big tech has no interest in censoring or canceling you in any way, that it's just your imagination, you're some crazy conspiracy theory kind of person, and it's all a lie, and how do you prove it? How can you prove that maybe somebody like, I don't know, YouTube is deciding that they want to censor the voice of someone? Is this an example? Because this doesn't sound very good. What was this story?
So late last night, the CPAC message that President Trump gave.
Right, and I was at CPAC, and along with you.
Yeah,
go ahead.
It was terrific.
Right.
His 90-minute speech erased from the record books, according to YouTube. Everything deleted. Every video of the speech deleted. What's the reasoning? We don't know.
We don't know.
They just didn't like it. They just didn't like it.
So why not?
If you want to search for it on YouTube, good
at
luck.
it. I don't know, but there's no censorship.
But no,
There's
hey,
big tech
here's
is fine.
here's the reasons why. This is our messaging. It's deleted. We don't want you to see what Donald Trump said for 90 minutes at CPAC.
And, remember, I brought this up earlier in the program. I mentioned it a couple of times. Our friend Dan Bongino brought this up on his podcast yesterday, and it was unbelievable. New York Magazine, who had this article out in an interview with a very left-leaning reporter, David Shore, and what were they talking about? The fact that the numbers have all come in, everybody, on the election of 2020, and what did they recognize? That 75 million people of GOP origin were not the count, the tally, the people that voted for Donald Trump. What they found out through the data that was coming through is that there were Democrats that voted for Donald Trump. There were many Democrats who looked and said that he is for the working class across the board and made the decision because of what was tangible in their life that they wanted to give this president another chance. Democrats voted for Donald Trump, and that's the last thing that they want to let you know. So they're going to keep dinging and taking away his voice and doing the best that they can. Good luck with that. All right, so that's the first story. The second story. Now, how many of you have been following the saga of the very, very good governor, the kind governor, the gracious governor of the state of New York, Andrew Cuomo? How many of you have been following the Andrew Cuomo story? Have you been following the story?
It's been a doozy.
Now, I got to tell you, this is somebody who understands the error of his ways. This is somebody who wanted to let everybody know that he is so sorry for all the... I can't even say it with a straight face.
A real man of the people.
It's amazing what Andrew Cuomo has done in the state of New York, which is... Well, if you want to go to the nursing home issue, I mean, there were a couple of deaths. Not many. I mean, there were how many deaths in the
14,000.
14,000 lives that were lost in nursing homes because of the policies that the governor put forward while trying to blame the federal government. And actually, there were individuals who were like, no, you actually did this. And now we come to find out that there are some harassment charges, some sexual harassment charges against Andrew Cuomo. Not one, not two, but three, right? So we found out about that. There are 3 charges. Now, you may say to yourself, when is enough? If you're the governor, if you're a Democrat governor in a state, when is enough? Well, here you go. Here's your answer. You ready for this? Sit down. Oh, you're already sitting down. Okay, sit down for this. Here you go. Give me the story.
So Andrea Stewart Cousins is the Democrat majority leader in New York. So here's what she said. If any other people come forward talking about Cuomo's sexual harassment, I think it's time for him to resign. So 3's okay. 4, oh boy.
Is that...
Don't worry about the 14,000 people he killed. That's not a... We can figure that out.
Oh, gosh.
If this guy touched 4 women... Out of here.
All right, so unbelievable. So does that mean now that in Democrat states so we have the quote unquote magic number? Like this is it. It's 4. It's not 1 or 2.
Right now it's 4.
Okay, so we don't know.
But now if it's 4, then you would expect it to go to 5 just because you don't know.
We don't know if the goalposts are going to move.
As they always do.
That is weird too, because it seems to be the MO of many people on the left in this country who seem to want to move goalposts, like 15 days to stop the 30-day spread, to shut down the government, to mask up, not once but twice, maybe 3 are really good. And then kids don't go to school, where the state of Florida is like, our kids are going to school, and we're having some businesses open as well. Sorry. And then kids can't go to school, and then all of a sudden there's other strains. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 5, and we've got to keep this going, and we can't stop. Okay, it seems like the goalposts keep moving and moving and moving and moving. And then when you look at the science and the data, you come to find out that we're not not really sure if you should keep moving all of these goalposts because according to what the science and data would suggest, I don't know if everything is kind of going the way you're saying it's going. As a matter of fact, it was Jen Psaki who just the other day was saying we're in the we're at the peak of a crisis. We're at the peak of a pandemic. How many people in this country, how many people listening to the sound of my voice here feel like right now we are in the peak of a pandemic? Anybody feel like we're in a peak? A peak.
Feel free to circle back if you want to.
Okay. Yeah, I figured you would do that. Yeah, so...
it's my go-to.
She said it was a peak the other day. She said we're in the peak of it. We're not in the peak. And again, you can't keep doing this. You can't keep telling us that 1 is bad, 2 is outrageous, 3 is really bad, but if it's 4, then we've got a problem. Don't ignore what happened with the nursing homes because it's really the big bad orange man, bad Donald Trump who caused all the problems in this country. You can't keep telling us that we have to have 5, 6, 7 masks. Hey, are you okay, buddy? Are you all right? We got to wake you up because you're not getting enough oxygen because you have too many masks on. We can't keep moving this and doing this without the American people saying enough is enough. And so we would hope that there would even be some Democrats. I'm not going to use the word moderate Democrats because I still question why a Democrat is a Democrat. You ever meet a Democrat who is proud to be part of the party, but every time you hear some kind of really radical left-leaning issue that's before us, whether it's Congress or whether it's even here locally, they tell you, "Oh no, that's not me. I don't agree with that policy. That's your party. Your party is the party of the left. What are you doing? Do you want to maybe reconsider which party you're with? Or why are you still a Democrat if you're not for everything that your party's doing?" That's a question that I continue to ask. But sooner or later, the American people come around and they see what's going on. And I do believe pendulum swings. There are states now that realize what they've done when it comes to lockdowns, and the tide is turning. And at the end of the day, the freedom and liberty wins, and so do we. Anything else? Anything? I see you glancing through your fancy phone.
See if I can find you another fun story.
Oh, you got it.
There's so many out there.
I know. I'm looking for some fun stories. I'm trying to see where there might be 1 or 2. Well, why don't we do this? We can take a break. And then when we come back, we can try to, this poll about Disney and Universal. This majority of Americans are less likely to support Disney over woke politics, firing of Gina Carano. That's interesting.
Here's the thing about Disney and Universal. So I was up after our visit to CPAC, went to Universal Studios with the family.
Yeah.
Lovely. They did a great job. I don't like the mask thing, but it is what it is. You got to deal with it.
There's no Dr. Seuss land anymore. They wiped it out yet?
No, it's still there.
Okay, but...
Even Mulberry Street, which is extremely racist.
What?
Mulberry Street. The Mulberry Streets, that's the whole thing.
It is?
It's one of the books. Out. Done.
Oh.
So you're going to have to change Seussland, I guess, is my point. But here's my thing.
Yeah, go.
So, obviously, Disney and Universal owned by liberal companies, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Comcast and Disney, right?
Yeah.
Non-stop people at these parks. Every single day. No one says a thing about it. And again, at Universal, we had a great time. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying, all we get as Floridians is, oh my, in that state of Florida, it's so scary there. You're packing thousands of people in every single day. Our numbers are lower than that it's been in months.
Somebody said to me, aren't you concerned about the fact that there's after the Super Bowl and worried about what was going on in Tampa in the Super Bowl? And I said, well, wait a minute. We've had super spreader, quote unquote, events every day. Do you know how many thousands of people go to Orlando and go to Disney and Universal Studios? Every day we have a super spreader event.
I saw a headline.
I know, right? Seat the table.
Yeah.
Seat the table.
Every night they're partying. I'm so jealous.
And the numbers in Collier County do not. I'm sorry for those that may get frustrated by it. The numbers do not dictate that Seat the Table is a super spreader event every day. It just does not exist. I'm sorry to tell you if you're trying to believe that.
And you make such a good point. I saw a headline.
Of course I do. Thank you very much.
Well,
I'm sorry, that was weird.
Was a good one.
Okay. No,
but you make a good point.
That's between the two. It's a joke.
Because
he says I never
somebody
make
had a headline the other day that said, thank goodness we made it through Super Bowl without a super spreader event. That's the headline. Like,
what did you expect?
We were just expecting the state to crumble.
To crumble. Yeah, that's right. We're all crumbling here. No, we're not. The only crumbles we have is the fine baked goods downstairs. There you go.
Well played. That's a professional.
at Oaks Farm Seed to Table. All right, let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll have more live from Oaks Farm Seed to Table, the corner of Livingston and Immokalee in North Naples. If you want to join us, we would love to have you come by. We're here till 9 o'clock. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News right all along, and Therese O'Shea has your traffic right now.
Good Friday morning. We're watching a crash in Naples at Livingston Road and Radio Road with westbound delays heading toward the intersection. Very slow moving out there, and there are injuries in that crash. We're also keeping an eye on a crash on 41 at South Tamiami Trail and Pelican Landing Parkway in Bonita Springs, right off of the old 41 intersection. Seeing some slowdowns there, eastbound and westbound on Pelican Landing Parkway. Into Lehigh, we've got a crash at Leonard Boulevard with major delays in both directions on Leonard, right off of Gunnery, just to the west of that intersection. And Daniels Parkway's been slow all morning long, especially westbound, approaching Gateway Boulevard and then farther toward the west, heading toward Treeline Avenue because of a crash at Treeline and Daniels. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News next.
Wink Weather Authority.
For your Friday, mostly sunny, highs near 80. We will be at 76 for your Saturday, passing areas of rain and a few storms, especially by the second half of the day. And then for your Sunday, improving, mostly sunny, breezy, high temperature of 75. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Get more than what the internet tells you. Get up to speed on The Drive with Trey Radel. Weekdays 5 to 7. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, this is State Representative Spencer Roach. This week, we began our 60-day legislative session. And over the next 2 months, I'll be providing weekly updates on critical issues. I promise to keep you and your family at the forefront of every vote that I take. Our Republican legislature is committed to safeguarding the liberty, security, and prosperity that we enjoy here in Florida. Specifically, we're working hard to pass legislation to increase penalties on rioters and looters, to protect small businesses from frivolous COVID-related lawsuits, to crack down on the big tech cartels that want to cancel conservative voices, and to protect the integrity of our elections process here in Florida. We're encountering fierce resistance from Democrats who want to socialize Florida just like they've done in New York and California. All I can say is not on my watch. This is State Representative Spencer Roach. Thank you again for the privilege of serving as your voice in Tallahassee. I never forget that I work for you, and I won't let you down. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach, Post Office Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
When you're running a business, you don't have time to worry about slow internet or confusing cybersecurity. So get fast, reliable internet from Comcast Business on the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. You can add the advanced security of Comcast Business Security Edge to help eliminate threats. And enjoy the peace of mind that comes with knowing 24/7 support is just a phone call away. Get fast internet and advanced security made simple so you can bounce forward with Comcast Business. Help your business bounce forward with an amazing offer from Comcast Business. Get started with a powerful and reliable internet and voice solution for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Plus, ask how to add Comcast Business Security Edge. Call 1-800-501-6000 today to find out more. Restrictions apply. Limited to new Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers. Early termination fee applies. Enrollment in EcoBill and AutoPay required. Security Edge available when added to Comcast Business Internet for additional monthly charge. Call for details.
My eyes have seen a lot, from breathtaking sunsets to beautiful horizons, from the sparkle in my granddaughter's eyes to the freckles on her nose. And thanks to Quigley Eye Specialists, now I can see a whole lot more.
Quigley Eye Specialists is the #1 choice for cataract treatment in Southwest Florida. Our exceptional medical team specializes in laser cataract surgery, glaucoma, retina and corneal issues, eyelid surgery, eye LASIK, facial plastic surgery, routine eye care, and more. Whether your vision is blurry, have trouble driving at night, or reading small print, make your appointment today at any of our 20 convenient locations. Call 855-734-2020 or visit QuigleyEye.com. That's 855-734-2020 or QuigleyEye.com. Let Quigley Eye Specialists help you see a whole lot more.
Hey, this is Papa announcing our newest Snowbird protection plan. If you leave Florida each year, we can take care of your roof while you are away. If you leave and later discover you have a roof problem, simply notify us and we can fix it while you're gone. We will send you before and after pictures and you can pay us by credit card. As always, we offer our free tile roof inspection. If we find needed repairs, we'll make it affordable. We have 2 warehouses filled with the obsolete tiles, and likely we can make a matching replacement to make your roof tile look new and clean. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, we thank all of you for supporting our family business for over 30 years. My sons have adopted my old-fashioned ideas: be honest, do a good job, make the customer happy. Our phone number is easy to remember. It's just 4 numbers, 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Area code 239-945-2700. License number CCC 132-6213.
Take a peek inside closetfactory.com. You'll wonder, how did they build it?
We get that a lot. The quality of our workmanship still seems surprising to some people.
We're known for original, very personal, individual organizational solutions that can seem uncanny at times.
We're professional listeners too, and do so with focus and intention that can sometimes seem like we're reading minds.
I'm Joseph Edison.
And I'm Kelly Edison from Southwest Florida's own Closet Factory.
Listening, that's how we build it.
I'm Harvey Massey. Where we live, there's several types of termites, and they can all cause damage to your home. Subterranean termites invade from colonies below the ground, while drywood termites fly in and infest exposed wood in your home. Both require different treatments. That's why you need Massey's Total Coverage Termite Protection. Our guarantee covers all types of termites and includes coverage for retreatment and repair of any new damage. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News traffic.
Good Friday morning. We're watching a crash in Naples at Livingston Road and Radio Road with westbound delays heading toward the intersection. Very slow moving out there, and there are injuries in that crash. We're also keeping an eye on a crash on 41 at South Tamiami Trail and Pelican Landing Parkway in Bonita Springs, right off of the old 41 intersection. Seeing some slowdowns there, eastbound and westbound on Pelican Landing Parkway. Into Lehigh, we've got a crash at Leonard Boulevard with major delays in both directions on Leonard, right off of Gunnery, just to the west of that intersection. And Daniels Parkway's been slow all morning long, especially westbound, approaching Gateway Boulevard and then farther toward the west, heading toward Treeline Avenue because of a crash at Treeline and Daniels. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, a cool morning and a warm afternoon. Beautiful weather, though, with plenty of sunshine, few passing high clouds, high temperatures near 80 degrees. Please plan accordingly. Keep the umbrella handy for your Saturday, where we will see areas of rain and potentially a few storms pass by, especially during the afternoon and evening. High temperatures only in the mid to upper 70s. Weather gets better, though. The sunnier day will be on Sunday as drier air moves in. Highs only in the mid-70s with breezy weather all the way into Monday, as we gradually will see a warming trend for next week. And in fact, by the following weekend, sunshine and temps well into the 80s. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Southwest Florida's place to talk about
coronavirus.
Defund the police. Everything.
Give me liberty or give me COVID-19.
92.5 Fox News.
Steven Tomatoes Sports Page.
Come for the food, stay for the sports. Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. They say love and passion makes the world go round. Love for home, family, your country, partner, a friend, and love for food. Stevie wants to be part of your love with our food, drink, sports, and fun. Our passion for your satisfaction brings our love to all of our great customers. Whether it's our brisket, short rib burgers, Chicago pizza, fajitas, wings, fish fry, or ribs, it's delivered to your table with love. So at Stevie's, we invite you to share our love of great food, drinks, sports, and fun. You'll never get bored or broke. We feel loved by the sound of our great customers. We promise to treat you like family, at your home away from home. I guarantee it. For daily specials, go to StevieTomatoes.com. Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page, Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Come, come, come. Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
At FPL, we're always looking the future straight in the eye. When the future said cut back on foreign oil, we made way for clean, American-made natural gas. And when the future said we need more clean energy, we said, how about 30 million solar panels by 2030? And when it said we need zero carbon emissions, we said, okay, how about green hydrogen? That's energy made from water. We're planning, preparing, and investing because Florida deserves an energy future we can depend on. See how at fpl.com/value.
One of the great things about little boys and little girls is when they grow up, they want to be just like you. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. So to moms and dads, aunts and uncles, and grandparents everywhere, remember this. The next time you get in the car and don't buckle your seatbelt, a little boy is watching. And when you decide to text or dial and talk while driving, a little girl is watching your every move. And when you head down the road with a beer or cocktail in the car, that little person next to you is taking it all in. In this life, you have an awesome responsibility to those children who love you the most and want to be you in every way. So make a pledge today to be a good role model to these kids and their friends so that that little boy and that little girl get to grow up and be just like you. Morgan & Morgan, for our children. Dial pound law on your cell. Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
Hannity at 3 and drive home with Trey Radel at 5. Now, back to Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
We are live, everybody, from Oaks Farm Seed to Table in beautiful Naples, North Naples to be exact, Immokalee and Livingston Roads right there at the corner. We're here until 9 a.m., and we are so happy to see everybody here joining us, having breakfast, as we are here every first Friday, the first Friday of every month at Oaks Farm Seed to Table. And what an amazing place. And, of course, if you have not been here to Oaks Farm Seed to Table, you're missing out on so much. Of course, the fresh, made-from-scratch items here, the largest selection of fresh produce, and you've got Captain Jerry's Seafood with their own division delivering the freshest seafood. The best selection, Alfie Oaks, locally owned, of course. We all love Alfie. And the Braveheart Beef, top of the line, 9 different places to dine in or take out food, all made fresh, ready to go. You love sushi, pasta and pizzas, hot sandwiches, organic foods, tacos, salad subs. They have it here. 4 different bars with live entertainment, 7 nights a week. And you know where it is, the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in North Naples, where, as John Cassio likes to say, what do you breathe here, John Cassio? What are we breathing?
Freedom.
We are breathing the fresh air of freedom, everybody, because the whole mask mandate thing, that's, listen, if you like to wear a mask, you wear a mask. If you don't want to wear a mask, you don't wear a mask. You know what? There's a whole story behind that, but we'll get into that at another time, because we have stories to talk about. And usually right now we do the top 5 audio clips of the day, the 5 at 8:35. But if I'm not mistaken, if I hear his voice any second now, I believe Mike Opelka, our friend Mike Opelka, who was with me for CPAC, and it's always great when he joins us, and I believe he's joining us right now. Isn't that right, Mike? Are you there?
I could just let you hang here, right? And just dangle.
Don't do that. Oh, man.
I wouldn't.
CPAC was so much fun. We had a great time. And, of course, I didn't get an opportunity to tell you, but we'll say it on the air. I cannot thank you enough for being part of the program, because together we just have so much fun. And I love having you there. And it was great seeing you, obviously.
It's good times. Good times, and we get to meet so many great people. You know, we roam the halls, and you see people that you normally wouldn't be able to walk up to and go, "Hey, Kimberly Guilfoyle, get over here. I got to ask you a question."
Yeah, that's right.
Not that happened.
Yeah,
but
well, we dream of it. But also, and then there are things that you see live that apparently, Mike Opelka, you don't get to see anymore on YouTube. The whole fact that they pulled down the president's speech from CPAC because, well, we don't have to give you a reason. We're YouTube. We don't have to do it. We do whatever we want.
Yeah, is that the craziest thing? Right Side Broadcasting got shut down, and they got a 2-week timeout, too.
Yeah.
And not only did they take it down, but they gave him a 2-week timeout, little mister. You sit there. I couldn't believe it. I just feel like we need to keep standing up and screaming about this. And people have to realize this pendulum will swing back.
Yeah.
And you're not going to want to get hit by it.
Well, we're seeing a little. I was going to say we're seeing a little bit of that now, right? We're seeing the states that are now deciding all of a sudden that maybe lockdowns are not such a great thing, that mask mandates are not such a great thing. We're kind of seeing that pendulum a little swinging right now.
A little bit, but not enough. Do you think the governor of Connecticut, who said he's going to open up on March 19th now, most of the restrictions are going to go away, do you think the president's going to call him Neanderthal?
I don't think so. That's only that they reserve that for special people, for special friends. That's the kind of,
Yeah, you have to have an R after your name to get that. By the way, have you talked about Joe Biden being racist again?
I was gonna ask you about this. Hey, everybody! I don't know if you heard about this from Seed the Table Live, as we have a big crowd watching. Apparently, yes, you're allowed to. Thank you, everybody. Apparently, Joe Biden said something. Was it racist? What he said, Michael Opelka? What did? No, he wouldn't. Joe Biden said something racist. What did he say?
I know, I'm shocked and appalled. It'd be the first time he ever said anything racist in his life. I'm sorry, it'd be the first millionth time he's ever said anything racist. He was talking with a NASA engineer, and I've got the clip is a little noisy, but if you listen, you can hear it, and you'll get the gist of it.
Okay.
It's amazing. Indian of descent Americans are taking over the country. You, my vice president, my speechwriter.
Yeah, you Indian Americans are taking over the country. What? Yeah.
Wow.
You, my vice president, my speechwriter. This is why
everyone's out to get me.
Yeah, this is why they don't want to give him a press conference, because Joe might say the quiet part out loud.
And this isn't the first time he said this.
No, in 2008, Joe actually was at a 7-Eleven. I'm not sorry, not a 7-Eleven. He was talking to some Indian Americans at a meeting, and he said, this is true. It's not a joke, but you can hardly walk into a Dunkin' Donuts or a 7-Eleven in Wilmington, Delaware, unless you have an Indian accent, a slight Indian accent.
Is it?
And
wait, I think I have it. Do we have it here? Is this it? Let's see. Hold on a second.
I've had a great relationship. In Delaware, the largest growth in population is Indian Americans moving from India. You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking.
I'm not joking.
I'm not joking. Oh, Joe.
Joe.
Yeah, but we forgave him for that, and you don't want your kids going to a jungle, a racial jungle, with these segregated schools or with these desegregated schools. We forgave him all this stuff, and now He's doing it again with an engineer at NASA. Yeah, my vice president, my speechwriter, you're all taking over here.
That quote is remarkable.
It's still
that's
remarkable.
The president of the United States.
Yeah, he's not getting really any heat for it, and he should be. But then again, the problem is we get Kamala if they pushed him out.
Yeah.
Keep wheeling
Now,
them out
can I ask you a question? We were talking about the name calling of the governors. What was the term he used again?
Which governor? Who are we talking about?
With Biden calling the Texas governor and the Mississippi governor.
Neanderthal.
Say that again?
Neanderthal.
See, I was watching the Fox News yesterday.
We just wanted to know.
I know. Where are we going with this? Why?
Ride with me. Stay with me now. Come on now, buddy. The cliff is not that far, but I'm not going to lead you there yet. No. I'm watching Fox News yesterday afternoon, and John Roberts, who is a little bit of a stuck-up sticky beak. I like him, but he's a little prim and proper. Okay. He kept saying Neanderthal. I'm like, wait, what?
Why is
And then Pete Hegseth comes on and he goes, well, I guess I'm a Cro-Magnon, but I pronounce it Neanderthal.
They were arguing about how to pronounce it.
Yeah, and Roberts was not changing. He kept going Neanderthal. It's Neanderthal. And so I went to the Google machine.
Yeah.
And they have a pronunciation guide.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and if you put in words and you say, how do I pronounce yada, 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 it will give you. So here is the official Google machine American pronunciation of that word. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Neanderthal.
Oh.
So,
John Roberts.
You know what's a shame? You want to know what the shame is?
What?
Google being wrong. How awful is it that Google is so wrong, and the things that we look up on Google, who would think that Google would be so far off? What a shame.
Well, we must shut them down. Now, if you go over to they also have the British version. If you want to be fancy, you can get the Google machine to tell you how the British people pronounce it. Here's how the British people say it.
Neanderthal.
So we're British today, I guess.
Okay.
Because we say Neanderthal, and stuck-up sticky beaks like John Roberts, and I love them, say
Neanderthal.
Neanderthal.
So nice.
These are things that keep me up at night.
Yes, they
obviously.
do. Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com is his website. He's joining us. He joins us each Friday as we are live from Oaks Farm Seed to Table here in beautiful North Naples at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road. And we're our first Fridays. We do first Friday of every month. We are here, so we're looking forward to next month as well. Some of the other things that have been catching our attention. Boy, there's so much. It's such a busy news day. I mean, I don't even know where to go next. I'm looking at Senator Ron Johnson, as a matter of fact, who not only forced a reading, right, of all the pages, the 600 pages plus of the amendments to the COVID-19, only a little portion of this gets to go to COVID relief. The rest of it gets to go to our buddies and friends and other people in blue states that have run their states to the ground. And hey, if you're less than more than $80,000, then we don't care whether or not your life stinks because of COVID. Sorry, you don't get the stimmy. Not only that, but Ron Johnson also was calling out the insurrection, the armed insurrection. Did you hear that as well? The fact that the assistant director of the FBI's counterintelligence saying, hey, as far as the armed part of the insurrection, January 6th, it wasn't so armed.
Yeah, they asked him, how many guns did you confiscate? Close your eyes, everybody, and you will see how many guns were confiscated.
That would be none.
That would be zero. But yeah, here's the other thing. Yesterday was March 4th, the only day that is a command. Yes, March 4th. And there was the rumor of this.
Wait. That went by. That went by really fast. The kids are watching. We got kids that are watching. Kids, this is going to be funny. Listen to what Uncle Mike said. Listen to this. You ready? Listen. Say it again.
Yesterday was March 4th, the only day that is a command. March 4th.
You get it? March 4th.
It's fun with words.
So
yes.
when you see your friends at school, you could say, yesterday was March 4th. Okay. They have this perplexed look right now.
There you go. Kind of like the May.
Wait, it just clicked.
May
It clicked.
What's
It
the
clicked.
May 4th? May be 4th with you.
Yeah, May 4th be with. It's like
May the
it's like
4th
Star
be
Wars
with
thing.
you.
Yeah, I don't watch Star Trek. Anyway, moving on.
It'll be canceled.
I wish I were there to hit you with a fish. But
By the way, the freshest fish anywhere in Southwest Florida is right
Absolutely.
here at Oaks Farm Seed to Table. Get yourself a fresh fish not thrown, but go ahead.
No, don't do that. But yesterday's supposed to be this Insurrection Day,
Right.
Insurrection 2.0, and the House took the day off. The Senate was on light duty, and they had extra people wandering around with guns and things being worried. And nothing happened because nothing was going to happen. It was just another scare tactic. And now when you broach the subject, they go, no, now it's been moved to March 20th. Yeah, I guess you didn't get the insurrection memo.
Was there
Now
an
it's
insurrection?
March.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's an insurrection newsletter, apparently, that goes out to everybody who's not going to show up. And the other thing, I read General Honore's paper. Did you see that? Nancy Pelosi assigned him to do a security review on the Capitol.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you read it at all?
No.
Okay, so General Honore, who sounds like Foghorn Leghorn, if you ask me. He's like, I say, son, we need a quick strike force at the Capitol here, son. Pay attention, boy. So we paid God knows how much money for this massive document. He wants a quick strike force permanently in D.C. at the Capitol. And here's the kicker. They also suggest, he recommends, that every member of Congress be given a security system for where they live, both in D.C. and at home in their district. So now we're going to be footing the bill for security systems for every member of Congress. I'm sure that'll trickle down to every member of their staff as well. No, stop this. We need to stop all this insanity right now.
Right. It's unbelievable. Some of the other stories that we're keeping an eye on. What's something that's got your fancy this morning as we get ready to head out of the program any minute now? What else you're watching on this Friday?
Well, a couple of things. I guess you heard about this New York governor playing around with some of the ladies who work in the office.
There's kids in the audience, so be kind. Be aware that we got children.
So I can't play the song.
If you feel like, if you have to, like my mom always said, if you need to ask me whether or not this is okay, clearly it's not okay.
That's your mother's so
Please,
right. Your mother knows me so well.
And please don't forget to take out the trash. You forgot last week, and everything stinks in the garage. It's awful. So anyway, that's a whole personal thing.
I'll send it to you personally, but let's just say David Lee Roth's version of Just a Gigolo is now Cuomo the Gigolo.
Oh yeah, well there's that. Okay, I get it.
We have that.
Right.
And
it was John Cassio, the famous John Cassio, sitting next to me, who brought to my attention the story coming out of the state of New York. Not one, not two, but three of the allegations against Andrew Cuomo. No, not according to this story that John Cassio told us this morning. Get ready for this.
Yeah, the Democratic majority leader in the Senate in New York saying, hey, if a fourth comes forward, then he needs to resign.
So it's 4. That's the magic number. It's 4. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4, everybody. 4, 4, 4.
Yeah, it's 4 strikes and you're out. I'm surprised you didn't know about that.
Is that they changed it? I didn't.
Well,
know
it's 4 strikes if they are people who work for you. It's 1 hooker. That's the Elliot Spitzer rule.
Hey, no, we got kids. Don't. It's a fishing term. It is.
Yes.
You're hooking a fish.
It is actually kind of a fishing term.
That's exactly what it is. Oh boy.
Anyway.
Yeah. And what else?
Well, I guess we're not even going to discuss Giuliani's daughter. What she says makes her a better person.
No, we're not going to discuss the Rudy Giuliani story.
Okay.
No, we're not.
All right, how about the Mayo Clinic? They've come out with a whole new list of things that will make them a better, more inclusive group, and it includes wearable pronoun buttons.
Oh, stop.
At the Mayo Clinic?
Yeah, the Mayo Clinic now says, don't forget your wearable pronoun buttons.
So, for example, if I walk into the Mayo Clinic, it would say, what? What would be an example?
He, him, his.
Okay.
That's your PGP, your preferred gender pronoun.
Well, I'm glad they stepped up to do that because it's something that has been demanded by a majority.
That and speaking of woke Olympics, the chief at Jeep Motor Company, you know Jeep.
Yeah, I love Jeeps. Jeeps like the Cherokee.
Yeah, well, he said he's now open to losing the name Cherokee, and you didn't even see what I did there. The chief at Jeep says he's willing to.
Oh, I get it.
Well played.
Well played.
Thank you. Try the veal.
Yeah,
I'll be
they
here
have
all day.
fantastic veal in the meat section right here at Oaks Farm, Seed to Table, where we are live every first Friday here in North Naples at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road. I could do this all day. I have no problem with that. Mike Opelka, pureopelka.com, always joining us on a Friday. And how about a round of applause for Mike Opelka? Come on, everybody. All right. I'm looking at the clock. What?
A lukewarm round of indifference.
No,
I feel like
good.
the Joe Biden alarm just went off.
Wake up.
What's it? What's the Joe Biden
Get to
alarm?
work. There's so much more to be done.
All right.
Remember? Yeah, he's aspiring, isn't he?
Okay. Oh, wow. All right. It was a great day. We always appreciate being here at Oaks Farm Seed to Table. And thank you all for coming. Thank you, Southwest Florida. Thank you for being part of our first Fridays here. Make your reservations now because we do this again next month. I use
Be here or be square.
Well, that is
write that down. That's scintillating.
That is so good. That is so new and fresh from you, John Cassio.
Thank you.
Exactly what I expected. You don't need reservations. Just show up. We'll see you. We'll see you Monday. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. I hear the music playing. That means Matt Devitt standing in the studio waiting for me to stop talking so he can tell you the forecast for the remainder of the day.
For your Friday, mostly sunny, highs near 80. We will be at 7.